All right, everyone, welcome to everyone, and welcome to episode 50, the big 50 of Passion Project. And I wasted no time in blessing it with my inability to speak. This is going to be the speedrunning gaming variety show that encourages anyone and everyone in the speedrunning competitive gaming communities to showcase their passions in games while I fail to read. My name is Amber Cyprin. I will be your host tonight, and if you've got a passion project of your own, you can go to GDQ.GG/hotfix. Find the How section near the top of the page and click the link to submit it to the show. Whether that's grinding speedruns, learning and routing new categories, or breathing new life into a game in unconventional ways, Passion Project is the best place on Twitch to show the world what you love the most in speedrunning and gaming. Before we get started with the showcase that we have planned for tonight, I do want to remind you all that Games Done Quick will be returning to PAX West from August 29th through September 1st. That's going to be very, very close. Visit gdq.gg/PAX West to check out the schedule and visit west.paxsite.com to learn more about the event. Tonight here on Passion Project, we are getting hyped up for the incoming September release of Sonic Racing Crossworlds and the open network test that's happening in a couple weekends from now, by having Brandino here to take us all the way back to the very first game in the modern Sonic Racing series, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing on the Nintendo DS. So if you wanted to see Big the Cat pop wheelies as he blazes through fun and colorful locales from Sega's history, you should stick around because that's what's happening next. And after that, we're going to be welcoming Selkuth Mind back to Passion Project to revisit Dicey Dungeons' full game Any Percent and showcase what the community has been cooking since the last time the run was featured on the show. Joining me right now is the wonderful Brandino, who's been laughing at me in the background. Thank you so much for being here tonight. How are you doing?
I'm good. Welcome to the last few months of my life, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing for the Nintendo DS. This game is such a mouthful to talk about every single time, because always Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing DS. It's just too much, but I'm excited to play this and talk about it. So, I'm excited for Sonic Crossworlds coming up, and recently I was thinking about this game again, so I picked this up around, let's say, December, and I was like, I'm just going to play through this, and then I did one time trial, and I was like, let me do more, and then before I knew it, I had done all of the time trials, and I had spent like over a month in the game. I've driven all over, and I'm excited to show you all what this game's about. We're going to be doing it glitchless here today, and the fastest character for glitchless is none other than one Big the Cat, and I'll prove it to you that he's the fastest because if you look, there's a speed stat. Big has 9 speed, whereas Shadow the Hedgehog has 5 speed, and Sonic the Hedgehog has 6 speed. Big is faster than both Sonic and Shadow, and his boost lasts longer than Shadow. But not only that, Big the Cat also can pop wheelies like he's Funky Kong, and we're gonna get to see all that now. So I'm gonna go ahead and start us on our first cup, which is gonna start here in a second. So I'm gonna count us down in 3.
All right.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. Big the Cat time. Okay.
I am looking forward to these wheelies.
And we got Seaside Hill. Okay, so so the way music works, so the game has tons of like music tracks that you can buy. So every level of a certain type, like all of the Seaside Hill levels share like a pot of songs, let's say, and you can randomly be assigned one of 3 songs at the start of the level. So we got Seaside Hill. Hopefully we get to hear Can You Feel the Sunshine in all its MIDI glory later.
Oh, yes.
They remove the vocals, but it's still the most MIDI version of the song you can find. And as you can see, we're moving very fast here. Big, you have 3 levels of drift boosting, blue, yellow, and red. So we're always going to be grinding out to a red where possible. But this game's floors love to eat both bit rate and your drifts. So what I mean of that is that there are floors. And I'm not kidding when I say the floor will force you out of a drift. But here's an example. I'm holding drift on this floor, and I can barely get a hold of one. And if I do get a hold of one, it would have ended before I hit the zippers. Because the floors in this game, for whatever reason, just eat your drifts at certain points. And so you kind of have to know where the drifts get eaten into what floors, because it does. Oh, and I get hit by a missile. That's insult to injury.
Oh.
I don't normally take this route. We're just going to have to make a right turn around the corner here. Whoop. Nice. Okay. So a big thing about this run is that it is full of RNG. because computers at every turn are trying to kill you. And also, it looks like Beat has just activated his All-Star, so now we're going to hear some Jet Set Radio music on loop for a second, which is pretty funny. The All-Stars are so much higher quality sound-wise than the level music. It's very weird. It's very jarring when they come in. And that's the first level. Whale Lagoon, you're going to see a lot of this thing where the game loves to do these branching tracks where it's like it branches left and right into like a weird little circle path. They do that a lot here. This is our first Billy Hatcher stage, though, Icicle Valley. And it sounds like we got Tumbling Xylophone, which is the song, which is a good Billy Hatcher song.
If you or someone you know is a Billy Hatcher speedrunner, I want the run on Passion Project. It is one of my favorite like GameCube platformers.
It is so cool.
So please.
Yeah. It's like it's a little Sega oddity because it's interesting to me how long they've been referencing it for the fact that there's really only one game.
Yeah, it's just the one game, and I just remember playing through it on stream many, many moons ago, and I mean many moons ago, and it just like all it did was remind me of like a Sega-fied like Sunshine, Mario Sunshine, honestly.
Yeah, it's so cool. I definitely recommend checking the game out if you ever get a chance. And I do know some Billy Hatcher runners, so I'll have to let them know that there's an open request for Billy Hatcher. Yeah, so the Billy Hatcher, so the way this game works is that most franchises get both of the franchises that are represented by levels get 3 racetracks to their names. So we get 3 Billy Hatcher tracks, we get 3 House of the Dead tracks, we get 3 Samba de Amigo tracks, 3 Jet Set Radio tracks, and Sonic as a series, of course, gets the most. We get 3 different types of Sonic tracks, which are Casino. They're really aggressive, by the way.
Yeah.
They're sometimes they're like this. That's how RNG heavy this game is that you're very much at the mercy of both the computers and the drops, because although you're in first place, you can sometimes get a shield to protect against enemy attacks, which is a great drop, but it's relatively rare. You don't always get it. And you can also, even though you're in first place, you can also pick up a boosting item, which is low-key very broken. And sometimes you'll get 0 for several races, and sometimes you'll get 3 in a race. So, I don't know. Oh, all right, we got MIDI snowboarding from Sonic Adventure.
Oh, God. Also, shout-outs to Roulette Road being the only track in all 4 Sonic racing games, and that includes the upcoming Racing Cross Worlds.
Okay, so
like it is what are we up to? Oh,
we got an insanely good drop, which let us do the time trials movement. So in time trials, okay, so they do like to shoot us around that corner. Looks okay. Here it comes. Yep. They kind of shoot you in the same spots every time. It's usually like you're usually ahead of them about the same length. So like you can kind of guess when they're about to shoot you. Like they always shoot me around that corner. But anyway, we got a godlike shoe drop, which is a boost. And this track has this funny gimmick where you go around a roulette table, but it's actually faster the purposefully wrong way and just drop into this tunnel here. Huge meme for time trials, makes the level really very inconsistent because you really need like the perfect drop into the tunnel. And because we're in time trials gives you like, oh my god, another one?
Yo, let's go.
That's incredibly lucky. Okay, that means we get to do double time trials movement, which means we're gonna save some time on lap 3 here. Yeah, this is a tough track because without a boost to help you like immediately drop into the tunnel, you do lose a lot of speed taking the reverse direction, but it's still faster than driving fully around the roulette. Turn, please. Thank you, Big. Okay, that's fine. We're just gonna. There we go. That'll work. So, and you'll notice that there are enemies scattered on the tracks. They're not normally there in time trials, so some of my muscle memory is definitely not to where the enemy placements are. But it's okay. We still avoided them. If you're boosting, like if you see like those little white like dash lines that mean that you're like going, oh my god, okay, we just avoided a massive thing that could have lost us some time there. Amigo's All-Star slows down all of the other racers, and it started right as we crossed the finish line. Which is incredibly lucky. That was the luckiest race on Roulette Load. I just want to say, that was very lucky. All right, this is the floor that eats both bit rate and your boosts. So I'm going straight here to avoid. I can't get a red boost here to save my life because the road is too straight to drift on. It's very weird. you really have to know that's like the game's very goofy level geometry because it's kind of all over the place. Like certain tiles are like inclined in such a way that if you hit them with a bunch of speed, Big will bounce really high, and so you have to avoid that in some tracks. Just the bounciest racing game, and I think this extends to the console game too because I find myself flopping around the tracks all the time. I have a clip from like a TSR where I accidentally somehow got flipped over completely onto my head, and the character was like scraping against the ground repeatedly for like 30 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
So this track is actually DS exclusive. None of the Samba tracks really carry over to DS. They're all kind of like based on some of the ideas in the Samba tracks in the console version, but largely are their own. This one's called it's like Studio something. I forget what the name. But
it's not Samba Studios from Transformed.
No,
right?
no, it's completely different. It is a studio. It's like set in a studio, but it's not called that.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually for a long time I would get tracks from this game and Transformed confused. Until I started replaying this game again recently, like this year, and I started to actually know what the tracks in each game were. But my brain for quite a while blended this game and Transformed together. Because Transformed is one of my favorite racing games ever. It's so cool.
Oh yeah, no, it's like it and Diddy Kong Racing, and I know you're a Diddy Kong Racing fan because you literally called all the dash panels zippers.
Yeah.
And I've had you on for DS before, but like that and ASRT and Diddy Kong Racing are like my two favorite kart racers, like of all time.
It's ASRT really does a lot in my opinion, and I'm not trying to sound pretentious, but I think it elevates the genre a little bit. It tries to do some really interesting stuff, like the mid-level vehicle transformations and the fact that the tracks are so dynamic is something that's so unique to that game. It's really cool. And that's our first cup of the Chow Cup. Pretty simple levels here. They will get longer and more complex, of course, as we go on, but the Chow Cup's a nice, easy start, except for the fact that the comms are uniquely homicidal in the Chow Cup for some reason. I don't know why.
What?
Not like actually, they're not like programmed to be, but I get the worst RNG in the Chow Cup compared to any of the other ones, and I can't tell you why. Oh, we got Concept of Love. Concept of MIDI, I'm sorry.
Concept of MIDI.
Bam, 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 bam. It's amazing. The Jet Set Radio tracks probably get done the dirtiest in DS, in that like they are just random generic looking city levels with almost no, like nothing that's recognizably Jet Set Radio about these levels. Like you don't even see graffiti on the wall.
Yeah, like they have the logo for JSRF, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's like the bare minimum. Yeah, so this is Shibuya downtown, even though it looks nothing. There's not even a crossing that looks like Shibuya here. It's I don't know, I would say that the Jet Set Radio tracks are the most questionable in the DS, where it's like I'm not really sure what we're going for, because these are just very generic. Like it almost just looks like a generic city, you know?
Oh yeah. Also, I gotta say, like, for a DS, like a 3D, not 3DS, a 3D DS racer, like the frame rate is holding pretty steady, honestly. This game looks really smooth.
I agree. It only really lags when people use their all-stars when you're really far ahead. Okay, so I really like I would say all three of these tracks that are House of the Dead themed are hard, but they're really fun. Also, the music is low-key really cool. Oh, nice. Okay, so these zombies are RNG, but that one was kind of in a way where we could take that corner a little bit tighter. And then we got another RNG. Nice. We have another RNG zombie here by this. Okay. Oops. Because I was wheeling, it was like my turning radius was like a lot wider for a second, so I like lost control. But luckily we're good. So they're gonna shoot a missile soon. Yeah. Oh, don't. And that little red like warning light lies to you all the time, but you have to believe it sometimes because you have no choice. There's two types of weapons that enemies are trying to hit you with. Regular old red missiles, which are essentially red shells, right? Like they track you down and they hit you. There are also like these remote detonated missiles where they let the missile go and they can detonate it when they feel like detonating it. Now, for some reason, the DS, even though we're in easy, The DS game allows the computers to let the remote detonated ones follow me all the way from like 8th place to 1st place. They like the computers literally time it so that it hits me. It'll chase me the entire race if I let it. So if I'm actually periodically checking the bottom screen to see if I see one coming towards me, because if I do, that's why I'm holding onto a shield. So shields are kind of, this game has a lot of risk-reward gameplay because of the RNG. I could be holding onto a shield for the entire race and never have to use it, but that means that I also missed out on chances to potentially get more boosts, right? So you kind of have to play to what you think is the better option here. Like if I'm going for records or something, I might be trying to play riskier and burning all my shields so I can try to, just for a crumb of shoe boost. But a shoe boost really does make a huge difference in RTA categories because they're so rare. And they let you recover from stuff like smacking into a zombie as well. So you like it also makes me. Oh, look at the bottom screen. This missile is okay. I was gonna say usually missiles will chase us from that distance, but there was one coming at me for a second. And this is a very long straight, so Big is literally just gonna wheelie all the way down. Solid track. We don't really need. Oh yeah. We do not need to win the races, but we will. They don't really rubber band. They just like to shoot missiles from further and further back. Okay, we got crank the heat up for final leg. But crank the MIDI up. This is another floor that eats boosts. You are literally forced out of a drift there on that hill. Like, you have to let go or else you'll lose it. And then, again, I actually can't get a red boost here. I can only get yellow because this track is too straight to support the red boosts. And then we're going to try to do a little bit of a zigzag here. Nice.
The hitbox on that zipper there was obscenely generous, yes. I swear.
Sometimes they're not, but that one in particular is really, really nice. This is another floor that you actually have to drift on it in a very specific way, or it'll eat your entire like 3-level drift. It's so, I'm telling you, like, you don't really get to see it as often because I know where the floors are, but one of the hardest things to know is what floors eat your boosts and what don't. Because if you see me releasing a drift and you're like, oh, maybe he could have held that longer, I couldn't. Oh, also, extra, that was a really good shield right there. We were inches away from being shot.
Also, I agree, Chad. Brandino is really good at this.
Hey, we got jokes. Let's go. I'm really excited for Sonic Crossroads, for that matter. It seems like it's like a big Sonic racing celebration. I mean, the fact that Extreme Gear is back and Hatsune Miku is in the game, like, sign me up.
Like, it really does feel like they're bringing on properties that aren't Sega exclusive, like, you know, SpongeBob, Minecraft, etc.
Avatar.
By the way, if Minecraft Avatar is, like, they haven't fully revealed that yet, but I am just very hyped about that as well. And just like, I'm gonna straight up say, like, Eggman's always my main in like from ASRT through TSR or Team Sonic Racing. I've been maining Eggman.
He is great.
Oh, he's fantastic and Transformed in particular. Like, he's got like the best all-star in the game in terms of offense. What you call it? I'm just saying, like, if Minecraft Creeper ends up being, like, as usable for me as Eggman is, I am totally... I want to main Minecraft Creeper because it would be fun.
Is this the first, like, racing game that a Minecraft character has appeared in it? Because if so, that's impressive.
I believe so,
It's just like, I don't know, you'd think there would have been some kind of racing game with Minecraft characters by now.
No, like, I feel like there's been very little Minecraft crossover in terms of Minecraft appearing in other franchises. Like, yeah, there's Smash, where Steve's, you know, an egregiously playable character.
I still like to go back and watch Smash, people reacting to Smash reveal trailers, and the Steve one in particular is, like, the noise that people make as soon as they realize it's Minecraft is, like, unparalleled. It's amazing. I also want to give a shout out. So right now, this game actually just recently got its first all cups TAS by speedrunner Blazing Mo, who's actually in chat. He's the other.
Oh, nice.
He's the other runner of this game. There's 2 of us right now, but there could be more. And he's actually been doing all the tassing for this game. Has found a ton of really cool strats. And is my main rival too. Like, I will post times and then he'll beat them like 2 days later, and then I have to like beat him back, and it's like a whole thing. But like, yeah, shout out to Blazing Mo. I saw him in chat. I just wanted to, like, he works very hard for this game, and his task is being published to task videos soon, I believe. So that'll be really exciting when it comes out. His task goes for like all the craziness, so like lap restart glitch and everything. Which, okay, wait a minute, we get to do our time trials here. Let's see if we can. This is a horrible ending, by the way. This 2-tiered drop. I don't even care that we got hit. Getting the boost there is very generous, so it's okay.
I recall the monkey ball tracks in the console version of All-Stars Racing are probably my least favorite.
Oh yeah, I mean,
just because they are very technical and very like sharp turn heavy.
I mean that's exactly what I was gonna say too. Like that's the perfect observation. They love sharp right turns in these levels. It's really, really hard to go fast, and then it's like you have this horrible ending section here where like if you approach this in just the wrong way, you'll void out because Big goes over the side. And it's like it's very easy to do that when you're going really fast trying to veer around that corner with like a good boost and everything. And then you have stuff like this giant, yeah, these monkey ball levels are well, Monkey Target I would say is a travesty, but the other ones are just annoying. Monkey Target though, that's gonna be the second to last stage in the run, and that just is maybe they like cooked in the negative way. Like
oh, they cooked until it burned?
Yeah, like we burned the roast with that one.
We burned the roast. I'm gonna take that like terminology and just
please
take it with me in life.
I just want to point out that was a really good treetops. That level is normally really mean to me. A 147 there matches my RTA gold, I think. So that was great.
Yeah, that looked really smooth for such an egregiously like difficult track this early in the game.
And this is our third cup now. We're already halfway through the run, but like I said, they get longer as we go. So this is Rampart Road. Speaking of longer as we go, this is a 3-minute track. It's a pretty long one. And actually, recently, playing the console version gave me an idea for I shouldn't call it a shortcut because that makes it seem like it's like a glitch or something, but there is like a shortcut in this track that I actually didn't see in this version until I played console, and I was like, wait a minute, is that also in DS? Because this is one of the few tracks that like lines up perfectly with its console counterpart. I don't think there's a lot of major differences between the two. But I'll show you when we get to the castle here. First of all, getting up to this castle is a nightmare. These eggs are in the way, and I had to burn my shield to not collide, but they still shot me with a missile anyway. Luckily getting...
At least it was not into the pit.
Yeah. So this is what I was talking about when I said playing console gave me an idea. I actually didn't see this shortcut until I played console, and I was like, wait a minute, this isn't DS? And yeah, I don't want to say, again, I don't want to say found it. Found it makes it sound like it's like some kind of glitch or something. But yeah, the previous time trial record did not use this route, and it actually does save about a second over the other way.
Oh, wow.
So it's faster, and I didn't know about it until I played both versions. So that's like a fun, like, just like a random knowledge check, I guess you might want to call it. Yeah, Rampart...
I need to go back and give the console version of this another shot.
It's really good.
I tend to always go back to ASRT, but it's been quite a few years since I've played the console version of the first.
I will say,
All-Stars Racing.
I love ASRT, but it did give me the greatest feeling of despair when I 100%ed all the missions, and they're like, okay, now do it as an expert, and they're like, just like, okay, all the missions are now one level harder. I wanted to cry. I was like, what do you mean I have to do traffic attack again?
Oh god, yeah, no, I still haven't 100%ed World Tour in ASRT just out of like a lack of motivation.
I want to unlock
just
ages.
Because it's like,
I want to unlock ages so bad, but I can't.
Oh, I have ages.
But don't you need all that to do it?
No, you might be thinking of his console mod.
Oh, okay.
But the character ages is very easy to unlock. It's just, I think it's just complete World Tour mode, but not 100%. It's just see the credits. I'm fairly certain. I can't remember, but his console mod requires 100% completion. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to look into that. But yeah, ASRT is such... Okay, I will say, playing this game, I do like that they gave multiple games multiple tracks, but ASRT does this a way cooler thing where they're like, more of the tracks are like a way diverse selection of Sega history. Like there's an Afterburner track, there's a Nights in the Dreams track, there's a Golden Axe track. Stuff that did not get represented in this game gets way more represented in that version.
Yep.
Panzer Dragoon.
Oh, absolutely.
Panzer Dragoon gets a track. Like...
Yeah.
Skies of Arcadia. Like, there are actually some really sick tracks in ASRT. And honestly, I like the roster mostly better in that game. Except for, Danica Patrick is so weird. Okay, so Amigo is using his All-Star, which means that we're losing speed while he's using it. So, thanks, jerk. He always does this whenever we're cooking. Doesn't matter though. We're so far ahead of the competition right now because none of them. I don't think any of the comms take the side rail.
Chat brings up the Burning Rangers track,
Yes.
which is actually my least favorite in ASRT. It's a really cool track. I love the music for it. I hate driving in it. It's like the monkey ball stages in this game. It's just like, why are there so many sharp turns? Why is this an uneven dog bone at the start on the bottom screen?
So this track, there's a couple funny things about this track. First of all, this track is called Dark Arsenal, and it could not be brighter. Like,
yeah.
the Wii version of this track, fun fact, is so dark it's really hard to actually genuinely see where you're going sometimes. Because they imported, I think they messed up importing the lighting engine or something. And yeah, this is one of the longest tracks in the game, and also I would say one of the most uninteresting. We're literally just drifting around big corners for like almost 4 minutes in this track. Like, we're just getting some nice red boosts, and you'll see too, because this track is so long, we're going to outpace the comms by like an absurd amount. We'll never lap them, but we still like we're going to be so far ahead of the competition by the time it's all said and done.
Also, shout outs to the song that it chose, I Am the MIDI.
Yes, I am the MIDI.
Yes. And chat also brings up, I brought this up during the Sonic and the Sega All-Stars event that we did back in June, when we did the finale run of the console version of this game. Shoutouts to the Wii version of All-Stars having the only mention of Sonic Underground ever in a Sonic game, because they forgot to remove fan art of Sonia that was mistaken as fan art, or like actual art of Amy.
How does that happen?
I mean, same way that like what had happened with Pokemon TCG Pocket, where in the Ho-Oh and Lugia set, like the Ho-Oh referenced directly referenced fan art, because when the artist was being given materials to reference Ho-Oh, like official renders and stuff, someone's Ho-Oh fan art got mixed up as or mistaken for an official render. And it most certainly was not. So they had to put in like placeholder art coming soon text on the like immersive like versions of the cards just to be able to bring in new art later.
That's absurd.
So that happened.
I completely forgot about that. But yeah, that's one of the funniest side notes about this game is, wait, no, I lied. It wasn't Amigo. It's
Amigo?
Ulala. I didn't know it was.
Oh, Ulala.
I thought it was Amigos because he usually like makes people like get into a conga line behind his car and they like dance alongside it in the console version. But now I'm seeing for the first time ever live on GDQ. I've been telling lies. It's Ulala. Wow, guys, I'm sorry. I lied. I lied to you all. I've been lying for months. I thought it was Amigo.
Who would go onto the internet and tell lies? Apparently, Brandino.
Yeah. So the comms did fire a remote bomb. I can see it on the bottom screen, but it might not make it to us because we're literally so far ahead of them. But they're so generous with the shield drops right now. So thank you. Thank you, Mr. RNG.
I just want to see you outrun a remote bomb for an entire lap, and the whole while someone is doing Big the Cat's voice and just singing, like, I Need a Hero.
That's so good. Yeah, it's interesting hearing the big BA in this game, because this is still, like, 4Kids era voice actors. And I hear Big, this is actually right before they changed over, too, right? Because this is like 2010 and Colors was, this was like...
No, Shadow the Hedgehog is where they, right before they changed over
Roger,
to,
Roger and the gang.
Yeah, so this was during the 4Kids era when they were still like working with 4Kids actors in New York.
Yeah, I wonder who voices Big, but it's funny because he does redo some lines from Sonic Adventure, you can hear him. Oh geez, I can't. He just, I forget now. He definitely says some stuff that's like redoing of Sonic Adventure line. Okay, so welcome to the second Amigo, Samba de Amigo track, which is Jump Parade, and that is not a misnomer. This track is really bouncy for some reason. As you just saw, we just like collided with the ground and bounced. There's several horrible floors in this level that I'm trying to avoid at all costs that like lower your speed and send you flying into the air. Now, you don't lose speed from being in the air, but you do lose speed from like bouncing improperly, and sometimes you'll like bounce out of bounds or smack into a wall and lose speed, so you have to be very careful with the floors in this level. Also, you can definitely clip through the floors in this level, because in the current world record, I clip through the floor, and I just barely save it, like I keep driving forward, and he ends up back on the ramp. But if you're going... okay, this is a bouncy floor here, and I just avoided smacking into the wall. But yeah, if you're going super fast, and the floor is inclined in just the right way, you will straight up clip through it. I have another clip of me flying through the floor in this level here, somewhere else from a time trial. It's really goofy. This game, like, the floors don't exist at certain angles and speeds. It was on this floor right here. I fell through this floor, and I also fell through this ramp on separate occasions.
Oh, jeez. Also, Oliver Wyman was the voice actor for Big during this time.
Any other notable credits? A friend of mine is one of those people that, like, when you name a voice actor, he already knows, like, 12 other things the voice actor does. I don't know that name, though.
Voiced Aster Phoenix in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V. Voices Director Clavel in Pokemon Paldean Winds. Let's see.
Which Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Arc V? Is that the one where they're in like the future and they're doing like? Okay, never mind. I thought you might know. I've been watching.
I only know Duel Monsters and a tiny bit of GX and 5Ds.
Fair. I've been recently watching one with some friends, off and on, and those friends are probably actually watching this run right now. So hey, shout outs to you guys. I forget what it is, but it's like this really dystopian Yu-Gi-Oh! Set in the future where there's like all kinds of crazy stuff going on, and it's like they're all still battling Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. I wish I knew. Yeah, I wish I knew which it was. Also, that was a good jump parade because we didn't get hit by a single missile. They tend to be very aggressive in that track. I don't know why. I can't prove it, but for some reason they're more aggressive in some tracks than others, or at least historically. Okay, and we got MIDI snowboarding again for our pinball level. This is a really cool track, though. One of my favorite visual tracks in the game. I think it's just like they do a lot of really cool stuff here. And there's also the sick jump here. We just barely make that. Big has one of the slower air tricks in the game, but he could just barely make that. Which is unfortunate we can't use Shadow, because Shadow's air trick is so fast, you can do like 3 jumps in the time it takes Big to do 1.
Also, for my Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters fans out there, Oliver Wyman also does the English voices of Siegfried von Schroeder from that really bad KC Grand Prix arc that was filler, and Akhenaten from the Millennium World arc.
I'm trying to beat Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards right now, and I'm in this...
I love that game!
I'm in this position where I need to fight this lady, because she's like, I need to battle you to give you an Egyptian God card. And then
Ishizu, yeah.
And then Kaiba comes in and he's like, no, I will battle you. And then Kaiba comes in and wipes the floor with me, and I can't beat that fight right now. So I'm just grinding to up my deck capacity so I can get stronger 4-star monsters, so I don't need to summon in order to win, because I'm getting wrecked. I am getting absolutely wrecked by Kaiba.
I recommend using the type advantage system to your advantage, because Sacred Cards does that.
I do that in what's her name again? The woman that you're fighting, you know it.
Ishizu.
So I actually do that against her because she has mostly Dream and. Sorry to just turn this to turn this into an expose on Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards, but this game is really on my mind because my cousin is over to visit, and he actually gave me the copy of the game that I have right now. So he was like telling me, he was the one who just revealed to me that a 4-star monster doesn't need to be summoned. And so I was like, oh my god, let me buy a ton of high-power 4-star monsters, but then they cost more to put in your deck.
Yes, they do.
Oh my god, I was like 30 times over the deck limit, and I was like, wait, what's wrong? Anyway, Sacred Cards, not an easy game. I might look into a Manip speedrun, though. It's kind of cool.
I was gonna say, I've unironically wanted to look at the speedrun for that. Also, Chad is asking, how are you getting the video out from the DS?
I just saw that message. So there is a there's a capture card installed into the hardware of this DS that allows me to plug it into the computer, and then the video signal goes to like a little thing here. And so we're actually good to take a break as well. That was our third cup.
Absolutely. I can go ahead and get us on track for that. While we're taking a break, I just want to thank you all who are in chat and everyone who supports GDQ Hotfix with your subs, Prime Gaming subs, your gift subs, and your bits. Your contributions do help keep our shows running. And if you're enjoying the stream, you should consider subscribing for exclusive emotes, ad-free viewing, and access to chat during replays. You can also always support the stream by sharing the Games Done Quick channel with your friends. Word of mouth goes a long way, and we greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. So we'll see you all in just a few minutes while y'all take care of yourselves and go get a drink and stretch your legs. All right, everyone, welcome back to episode 50 of Passion Project, the best place on Twitch to show the world what you love the most in speedrunning and gaming. I'm joined by Brandino here as we are halfway through our Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing on the Nintendo DS speedrun, as we're hyping up for the incoming release of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Because I love the series. I really want this game to be good. Anyways, Brandino, why don't you go ahead, take it away, and remind everyone that Big the Cat is the best character in this game.
Absolutely.
And that's not a meme.
Yeah, so here we are. We're back. And just for a quick refresher, we're playing as Big the Cat, who is the unequivocal fastest character in this game, has higher speed stats than both Sonic and Shadow, as he should. And so for that reason, we're going to be running through all the cups with Big. We're already halfway through. We got 3 more to go. This is where the game gets a lot harder, though. Horror Cup is an accurate title for this cup, I'll say that. So let's count us back in. 3, 2, 1, Froggy. All right. Sewer Scrapes has some really sick movement, but this level can go horribly, horribly wrong in several different places, and I'll tell you why. So, the first thing is this first area, you want to get some really tight drifts around these corners, and that means trying to get up onto these ledges a little bit. But these ledges can throw you for an absolute loop if you get on it just the wrong way. And now we're going to try to avoid having our boost eaten by the floor. Nope, it got eaten. That's okay. So that just doesn't let us, it just makes it harder for us to get a red boost here. But then we just do this sweet, like, boost into this thing, and then the game tricks you and does this sharp left turn to continue the track, which is definitely a first-time racer poison. I smacked into the wall so many times.
Also, I just need to ask, at the start of this race, did you just, like, barrel through Sonic?
Yeah.
And just send him flying? Did I miss that?
Yeah. So if you boost into other racers, you actually, like, knock them out. Oh, and I guess I just got shot by Beat. That's okay. So this hill right here, it doesn't look like it, but it is very annoying because sometimes Big drives down the hill further than he should before getting off the jump, which means that you have less space to pull off Big's air trick, which means that you could potentially smack into the ground before doing your air trick, which actually slows you down. And Big has low acceleration overall. He has like his acceleration is a 4 on a scale of 10, which is pretty low. That means that like losing speed with Big is poison. So we need to avoid losing speed as much as possible. Like it's like an obvious thing to say, but with Big it's especially like warranted because Big does not recover well.
Yeah, he's like your typical heavy characters in Mario Kart, like so like your Bowsers, your DKs, your Wario's.
Yes, good example.
Where they have very low acceleration but high speed. So getting hit, running into zombies when you're not boosting, bouncing off walls, anything that slows Big to a crawl slows him to a crawl for longer than a character with high acceleration.
Yeah, and although Big has really high speed, obviously, it's not always that easy. Oh, wait, but the trick fit. The game lied. I was going to say the game...
What?
That trick completely finished. Sometimes it's so generous, and it's like, it'll let you, like complete a trick without, like, get the boost from a trick without completely completing it. And other times, it's like, oh, I completed the trick, and the game just said no, I guess. Oh, Samba. Okay, I guess Samba and Ulala slow people down then, so I wasn't telling lies. I was just telling half of the truth, which is almost as bad as telling a lie to some people.
Yeah, it seems like the music notes and the music itself are different.
I just assumed
sambas were yellow, ulalas were pink.
I never noticed the difference before, but now we know. Yeah, unfortunately, you're not really affected by a lot of people's all-stars, except for those two, in that they cause you to lose speed, and there's nothing you can do about it. Also, this area here is so goofy. There's actually a lot of different points you can strike the ground and go flying, which is really, really bad for Big, because he'll probably go flying into a fence and lose all of his speed. So you got to be careful. Looks like Ryu is now using his. He gets a forklift. That's he's forklift certified.
Yeah, someone had asked in chat, like at the very beginning, like what was that Kiryu in from Yakuza in the character select, and it's like, no, this is a little bit before that time, or maybe roughly around that time.
Yeah, this is like
Yakuza hadn't yet been like big enough. This is Shenmue, like
yes,
Ryu.
It's really
Rio. Sorry.
It's really interesting because Yakuza is such a big Sega franchise now. It's like almost like unthinkable that it wouldn't be in a game like this. So it's kind of really like Sonic Racing Crossroads does feel like obviously feel like the natural successor, because it's like, oh, like we get to see more Sega characters like that represented. And it's warranted too. I mean, Yakuza is like the biggest Sega franchise ever right now. I feel like I always hear about Yakuza games. I was actually in Japan.
It has blown up, yeah.
I was in Japan during the summer, and we walked out of a random bus station in Shinjuku, and there was a pop-up Sega store with giant cardboard cutouts of the Yakuza characters. Which was just amazing to randomly find. That's where I got the shirt that I'm wearing, actually, at the Sega pop-up.
Yeah, someone had actually complimented your shirt earlier, because I hadn't ever seen that shirt, but it looks like Sonic, like... Is Sonic running in front of, like, Mount Fuji, or is that just a random volcano?
No, it's Fuji. Okay. Yeah, I got the shirt in Japan. It's really cool. I got this, and I got, like, a really cool... I just saw there was a remote bomb headed for me on the... Come on, hit me! I didn't want to waste... Okay, we wasted the shield. It's like, good and bad when they decide to miss you, because if you have a shield, you'll accidentally burn the shield, but at least you didn't get hit, I guess. But now it's like... All right, well, I had to burn my shield. Please give me a boost. Please make it worth it. But they always just give you rainbows and mines to drop.
I mean, Big says Pride, like happy Pride at all times. Pride is all year.
I understand, Big. I get it. He's very excited about it.
Me too, Big.
I wonder if Big... Crossworld, it's like... It is supposed to be like a Sonic racing game, right? But I get the impression that it is way more of a crossover game than it is a Sonic racing game.
That's the impression I am starting to get. Also, speaking of Pride, as Ray has said, we don't have an official announcement or anything, but who's hyped for Games Done Queer, the submissions that are opening on the 28th?
You guys just submit for that? I bet it's going to be nothing but bangers, to be honest with you.
Yes. If you are a queer runner, we would love to have your submissions for Games Done Queer that are opening here on the 28th. We've got a fantastic games committee behind it, and I am very much looking forward to potentially submitting myself as a trans non-binary ace person.
What do you think you might submit?
I have no idea. I don't really have solo runs anymore, and all of my running partners are, not... aside from a tea tree, all of my running partners are not queer.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say, maybe like, your presence would grandfather them in, but I suppose not.
I'd feel weird doing that. I would really rather do a solo run or something, or, rope another fool of among my friend group into a co-op run, or like some sort of multiplayer nonsense.
Well, when in doubt, Sonic 3D Blast.
I mean, I haven't ran that game in like 5-6 years. I mean, I could. There is someone who actually, Joey Baby 69 did ask me to create a tutorial for him.
And do you know why? Do you know why he asked you to create a tutorial? It's because of you. Yes, I am at GDQ. So for those who don't know, I run more games than any person should, And one of those games is Sonic 3D Blast. That was actually one of the first games I ever ran. And so when I went to GDQ, Amber was going to be there, so, and TGH, of course, so I brought my cartridge of Sonic, one of my cartridges of Sonic 3D Blast, because of course you have to have multiple. I had Amber, TGH, Supersonic, all sign it because they had all done runs, and then Joey Baby signed it under the condition that he would do runs of the game. So Joey Baby 69, it's like signing a deal with the devil now, unfortunately, but the devil is Sonic 3D Blast. Which is like not the first time that somebody's probably compared that game to the devil, let's be honest.
Possibly, but I also know that, like, back in my heyday with running the game, I was definitely appointed a cult leader for the runners that were congregating around that game.
I'm a cult leader, but the cult is the Nintendo DS and 3DS.
Yeah, for real. Like, you are literally Brandino for the Nintendo 3DS.
That's my Blue Sky name, yes. So for those who don't know, I do a lot of different types of 3DS runs. This game was something that, like, I was just playing casually for fun, and then because I had the capture card, I was like, oh, let me record a run or two, and then I ended up sinking months of time into this game. And sometimes it would feel a little, I don't know, it's like, it feels kind of absurd where it's like, okay, time to play the cat game for like 4 hours today to grind out a time trial or two. But it's like, I enjoy it so much. This is such a cool version of this game. I genuinely do recommend this for people if they want to experience like a slightly different version of the game, because I think it is extremely playable on the DS. And I was saying before the run, like, if you're looking for like an alternative to, let's say, Mario Kart DS, like, I think this game is a fantastic version of that if you want something like that.
Oh yeah, like, this is more arcadey than Mario Kart DS, and I didn't realize how well it runs, honestly, on the DS.
You'll notice how...
This is very smooth gameplay.
Yeah, and you'll notice how I'm talking about anything but this track, because I don't like this monkey ball track. Sandy Drifts is maybe one of the worst design levels in the game, but I do want to shout out Blazing Mo again, because he found a really sick strat here in Time Trials, where you actually skip this bridge that I'm on, and boost downwards into this tunnel from, like, the other side of the thing, like from midair. It's really crazy. He's definitely a really cool pioneer of the game with stuff like that. So I'd be interested to see the kind of strats he's coming up with in the next few years. We're gonna have some really cool stuff, I guarantee it. This game is still, I would say, that speedrun infancy. There's still probably a lot we don't know about this game just yet, and we're only learning more as we play.
When I say arcadey, by the way, chat, I mean more like, how do I put this? I'm trying to find the right words to describe, like, so there's arcade racers, like, if you ever go to an arcade, and there's arcade cabinets, and, like, the controls are a little, like, not more realistic. Like, there's a certain je ne sais quoi that the controls for an arcade-style racing game has. Like, and this is kind of, like, leaning a little more into that and a little more away from your typical console kart racing controls that you would find in, like, Diddy Kong Racing or Mario Kart, any Mario Kart. So it feels more akin to an arcade-style set of controls with tons of kart racing flavor.
And so, welcome to...
Like, in forms of, like, items and stuff. But anyways, go ahead. Welcome to another Jet Set Radio track.
This one is called Rokaku Hill, and there is no hill to be found. There's maybe some slight inclines, but I would not call this level a hill. Once again, we're in a very generic cityscape, with some of the only recognizable Jet Set Radio features being these giant billboards for the game Jet Set Radio, which I don't believe are actually probably in the game. There is kind of a bit of a cool thing here, because this track does have some, like, a lot of, like, drift changing, like going from, like, one side to the other and stuff like that. Like, I think there's some decent movement here. And there's this part here where they... What?
What?
We bounced off the top... Oh, okay. And we get hit.
All right.
We bounced off maybe the tiniest bit of collision that we could have possibly touched. But that's this game sometimes. So there's this fun little thing here where if you have a bunch of speed into this hill, you'll get a bunch of airtime, but we didn't get it there. But that's, like, to the extent of, like, cool stuff in this level, unfortunately. The Jet Set Radio tracks, I don't know why. I don't know if it was hardware limitations, or maybe these were, like, based on the concepts of, like, the original Jet Set Radio tracks. They're very different, and they're just they feel very truncated. Like, it just feels like there could be more level here, and there, unfortunately, is not. So So I'm trying to...
Just waiting to see if you hit that. Okay.
Yeah, I was like going out of my way to avoid there. You saw I had a wide turn.
Yeah, I saw you like veer hard right.
Well, actually, we just did a trick, so when we land, we should still get our boost. Nice.
Okay, nice.
That's the best place to get hit is kind of mid-air because you'll still move forward and you have a chance to recover some of your speed.
I don't think that works that way in ASRT. I think if you get hit in midair, you just lose your boost that you built up.
Yeah. And also sometimes if you're like in the air and you like you can actually kind of get stuck in some invisible walls and they'll eat all your speed and like spit you back out. All right, the Samba Cup. Okay, so we're entering the bit rate eating floor again.
Oh yeah, I could just look at that tile and that's gonna eat it right up.
I mean, yeah, it's so it even looks like it's eating it like on the screen of my 3DS. Like it's pretty bad. This track, talk about long stretches of nothing. This track is lots and lots of drifting on this blue floor, and you don't really get to see a lot of it. So this level's called Sunfair. I guess it's like I think the idea is that like it's like a big carnival for like Samba de Amigo. But, like, I don't know, you don't really just, like, a lot of the Samba tracks, like, just, I don't know, I feel like their set pieces don't translate well in the DS. Like, you just don't see them very easily, and there's not a lot going on here, except for this giant Samba head.
Like, there's one in the console version of this that also ends up in ASRT, or All Stars Racing Transformed,
yes.
that is very psychedelic.
That one
the
is
one
great.
That, like, has you go through
because it's like you go through like a rainbow dimension where there's like a giant floating heads of Samba characters. Speaking of which,
oh my goodness.
As a Dreamcast owner, I didn't realize I was looking for a copy of Samba. I didn't realize that one, it came with a bunch of maracas. And two,
yes, it does.
There's like a floor pad too because it needs to like accurately measure where you're standing or something.
Yeah, it has to like it's measuring the distance of the maracas. I don't think they have proper motion controls, just because I don't know. It's almost like it uses the SEGA activator instead of like motion controls like the Wii version of Samba de Amigo does. I think there was like also multiple releases on Dreamcast that had like different track lists or something. I can't
Sunshine
remember.
Tour, that's it. Yes, that's the level one console.
Okay. Yeah, Sunshine Tour is the one on console.
Yeah, shout out to Blazing for also running the console version of this game. I want to pick up the console version of this game now that I've done DS so much, but I can't break away from DS either because I keep getting pulled. I'm like, oh, let me just do a time trial, and then I'll PB, and I'm like, okay, let me just do one more. It just, like, this game is, I wasn't expecting this game to, like, have this hold over me, but it does. I don't know why. It's so much fun. I love my low poly Big the Cat racing game. I also love.
It comes as zero surprise with what I know about.
Yeah,
you.
like I feel like this game was like uniquely created to like entrap me almost with the way that like I keep getting sucked into these kind of games. But another thing I like about this game is that it's like, I don't know, I like seeing DS models of some of these characters because they otherwise would not be appearing on this console very much. Like, the fact that there's a Billy Hatcher model in this game, and like we have like DS versions of like Jackie and Akira from Virtua Fighter, that's just very cool. All right, so this is the most interesting of the Jet Set Radio tracks because it actually feels like you're like doing something that kids who like skateboard and rollerblade would do, which is like being giant half pipes. And we get to go on this like cool underground subway section. This is the most interesting of the Jet Set Radio tracks for sure. Oh, we got Float Like a Butterfly, which is actually a really good remix. Though we won't get to hear it.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is actually not bad.
The 3 Jet Set Radio songs are all classics. It's Concept of Love, Fly Like a Butterfly, and Funky Dealer. And Funky Dealer actually sounds really cool on the DS. It's one of my favorite like track interpretations in this game. Unfortunately, we don't get to hear it. Ooh, nice dodge.
Oh, to answer the question in chat, is there any crazy taxi content in these games? Yes, BD Joe is actually a playable character in the second game in the series, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed.
He's also in this one too. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, he's in that one? Yeah.
And his super, I believe, is like he picks up somebody and then starts crazy taxi driving through all the characters, which is really funny. I'm trying to think who all was in the DS version because it's hard to remember. So, the Choo Choos, they're apparently one of the worst characters. Choo Choos, Billy Hatcher, Amigo's really slow. I'm trying to think. I from Monkey Ball. Jackie and Akira from Virtua Fighter, which is really cool. And they drive one of the cars from Outrun. So it's like a double crossover. Ooh. Speaking of which, there's a DLC stage in Transform that's like an Outrun-based stage, which is very cool. Outrun has one of the low-key best SEGA soundtracks, I just want to say. It does have a good one, some amazing songs in the Outrun soundtrack, for those who have never heard it. And we didn't smack on the ledge.
I appreciate the smack after the the finish line.
I love when the computer like can't handle all the speed that you're giving it and it's like doesn't know what to do. Now, Deadly Route. This is a tough level. It can be really cool or it can be really mean. We do get a really good song. I don't know the names of any of the songs, but this one is a banger. All right, we're gonna take this a little bit safer and go the middle here. I recently played House of the Dead at a barcade while I was at SGDQ. I got pretty far.
I love the original House of the Dead. The Magician Type Zero fight, which is the final boss in the first House of the Dead, such a quarter-eating fight. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was. That game is very challenging. I remember playing it at arcades as a kid and never getting very far. And even now, as an adult who's much better, like even when I thought like, oh my god. Okay, so I just want to point out that we got incredibly lucky RNG because in one lap we were given two shoe boosts, which is we're lucky to even get one most of the time. So that's excellent. And this is a really cool bit of movement. We go from this big jump with big to like immediately veering to the left like really hard. I love the way that looks. It looks super cool. Oh, Billy Hatcher is using his All-Star. Good morning.
Good morning.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
I too love me some GINTEGG, some gint egg.
Okay, well, that's bound to happen.
Right.
This level, I expect to get hit at this level in particular. I'm telling you, it's like I can't prove that they're more aggressive in some tracks, but like there's certain tracks that I can't get through without getting hit. This is one of them. Like they are uniquely homicidal in this track. And also, they're going crazy with the All-Stars right now.
Yeah, they are pulling out all the stops just to interrupt the music.
At least with the beats, you get to hear a little bit more Hideki Naganuma, which is never a bad thing. I do wish there was more music tracks in this game that we could actually select the tracks that we were playing in the level, but it also is kind of fun to be like, okay, what do we get this time? Okay, so, good news. This is one of the better RTA runs of this level because I didn't bonk at all in the house sections. That's a great feat. That house has these huge spindly pillars that are very easy to smack into, and we didn't hit any of them. So that's a win in my book. Actually, this might be an RTA gold. Despite getting hit, we got two boosts and didn't bonk in the house. This may be an RTA gold. As long as I don't mess up this last part of the lap. This game has a tendency to hate me when I start complimenting my movement.
Come on, game, play nice.
And then here's the cool boost. I love the way that looks, genuinely. That's one of the coolest bits of movement in the whole game for me. Yeah, and you'll see that I'm always heading for a wheelie after boosting because I will maintain the higher speed from the boost for much longer while wheeling. I didn't need to visually show you what wheeling looked like, but I needed to. Oh, we got Can You Feel the MIDI?
Yes.
There's no vocals, but you don't worry. There's still like a guitar that does the whole of the vocals. It's funny to hear like the characters also randomly screaming during that. because that was the Sonic scream that's used in 06. I can't unhear it.
Oh god, you're right.
That's his death scream in 06.
Whoa!
I always loved, because there's so much dialogue where they talk over the levels in 06, that like there's some stuff you can time to the characters talking a certain way. Like, you got a fast intro if Sonic only says the phrase, "What's Eggman?" and then he stops. Because he's like trying to talk, like, "What's Eggman up to?" But you interrupt him before he finishes the sentence. So he just goes, "What's Eggman?"
What's Eggman? Everyone asks what's Eggman, but never asks how's Eggman.
Also, I didn't say it before, but this is the longest track in the game. This is a 4-minute track. My ILPB is a 4:01:98, so this is the longest track in the game, and unfortunately is like one of them not very fun. The beginning is very goofy. You can get lots of boosts, even though it looks like you can't. Like, you can get lots of single drift boosts. I don't know. I don't like this track. Like, this floor, it doesn't look like you should be able to boost here, and it tends to eat your boost more often than not, but it's, like, better to at least try. Don't you feel that sometimes you just need to pop a wheelie? Oh! He hit the ground there. That's because I made that comment. You can blame me. Yeah, you go into this big underwater tube, and it's like, it's a cool set piece and all, but it just kind of keeps going because they added a loop-de-loop, and it's like, okay, here we go, yay!
Someone in chat says, as a long-suffering Big the Cat fan, I can't tell you how gratifying it is to see him absolutely crushing it.
Yes, he's
he's genuinely very good in this game.
Yeah, he's the fastest racer, like, by a margin. It's actually notable. Like, before this run, I actually, just for fun, I was like, let me try to do an IL as Shadow, and let me just try my hardest. And I still came out, like, 4 seconds behind my Big PB. So yeah, Big is, like, noticeably faster. So it's actually, in console, Sonic and Shadow are both the fastest character if you can't download the Metal Sonic DLC, which you cannot do on any console that's not PS3. That's the only console on which you can still download the DLC.
Oh, wow.
And there's no way to mod it. There's no mod or anything, so like it genuinely is the only way to do it right now.
Yeah, because the console, like, we had a console run of this on back in June for Sonic and the SEGA All-Stars event that was hosted by myself and Hypnotics, and they used Sonic and Shadow throughout that run. Like, they would occasionally switch because there were certain things Shadow could do a little bit better than Sonic where it made sense, but no Big to be seen there. And speaking of which, like, if you want to catch up on past Hotfix shows, special events, and GDQ marathons over on youtube.com/Games Done Quick, you should go to our YouTube and do that. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you should definitely like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with GDQ. Because we want you to come watch these things. These things are awesome. The community comes out in droves to, like, show off all of their favorite speedruns and, like, the things that they've been working on. And especially here on Passion Project, where I deliberately look for folks who, you know, are having a great time with what they're doing. I love folks like Brandino who will info dump.
Exactly.
It's like, yo, I'm inviting you to info dump during my whole show. Tell me what you love about this game. Tell me about yourself, you know, etc.
All right. We've got one cup left,
y'all.
And it is the hardest cup with the worst levels. And here we go. We're just going to go. All right. So all of these levels have different and very strange quirks about them. The beginning of Bingo Party here is no stranger. And so we're getting MIDI snowboarding once again. I think we got that all 3 times for the...
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so if you land in the right spot right here, Big will go flying forward, and it's actually faster because you can take a tighter line and get a trick boost off of it, but it is so weirdly precise, and yet I got it to happen twice in my ILPB. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it, like, on command, but if you strike the floor, it's just the right spot, Big goes flying. And sometimes, oh, whoa!
Oh!
Okay, that was honestly like the best place they could have hit me. I was just like surprised. Also, the shields have been so generous this run.
Yeah, I was starting to wonder if they just almost always give you a shield in first place, and it's like, no,
we're just like really lucky. That's what I mean. Like I was talking earlier. Oh wow, he went flying. The RNG swings in this game can be very large because of the presence of missiles. I was hoping that would be it. It's the presence of missiles from the computers and the presence of shields and boosts on Big Zen. But like you really never know how an individual race is going to go until you do it. And even the game lies to you sometimes because like you just saw it said that there was a missile coming that wasn't. So sometimes I can't really believe what the game is telling me. It makes it that much harder to know if like a missile is coming. That's why the bottom screen helps. Oh, and another shield. Okay, that's fine. In the console version, there's a ramp over these chips that let you do like go flying over them, but they don't have that in this version for some reason. Like we have to just like wheelie past them. All right, one more chance to get this big jump here. No, okay, that's fine. Like I said, it's kind of precise. He has to hit the floor in just the right way with just the right amount of speed, and he goes flying. It's funny because it's like sometimes I'm not trying to trigger it, and I get it like multiple times in a row, and then there I was trying to trigger it, and I couldn't get it once. It's just one of those things. What? Wait, what is he?
What?
He did. Why did he do that? What? He gave up. Like he just like gave up midair.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to bed.
I haven't found Froggy. It's done.
No Froggy, no driving.
Yeah, this game does give me trust issues, like to a very high degree.
Especially after that.
Yeah, exactly. Big is just like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta return to my home planet now. All right, Lava Lair. This is probably like my favorite track in this cup. It's tough but fair. And it sounds like we got the Volcanic Orchestra as the song for it too, which is fitting. The comms are really aggressive in this track sometimes, so let's see what happens. I want to do a trick there so bad, but you just barely can't do a trick there. Like Big's trick takes just long enough to come out that it's not worth it. Yeah, I knew they would do that. They always shoot around that corner in particular. So I was holding on to my red boost. I was like, I'm gonna need this. And I'm trying to angle Big here so that he lands on this. And we didn't get anything useful. Dang. All right, high chance we get shot moving up this huge spiral here. They love to shoot me. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see on the bottom screen. There is a missile currently headed towards my position.
Oh yeah, there sure is.
And here it is. I'm telling you, like it's not fair. They literally like will time the remote bomb for the entire length of the track to hit me, and it's like, what am I supposed to do against that? Just have a shield. Oh, like I said, they're aggressive on this track. Whoa, he kind of jumped earlier than he was supposed to. All right, physics, please work normal. I'm begging you.
Also, while we are hoping for better RNG in this lab. Oh, here comes another one.
Yep. Okay,
here it comes.
Wait, we voided out and missed us. Okay, that works. I think.
Okay.
I was a little too close to that wall. I've never actually done that before, but I guess it works.
That was certainly something.
That's one way to avoid getting hit by a missile. Just void out. What are they doing? That's like the fourth missile.
Please, game.
This is what I mean. Like this is a particularly bad RNG swing right now. Like they're ruthless. Oh, and BD Joe. What's funny about BD Joe, his All-Star, is that I think they were trying to use a song that sounds like the All-Star, the Offspring's All I Want, but isn't. But it kind of sounds like it, just enough. But, you know, you need that, yeah. Oh, now we get a shield. The game's laughing at us right there. Oh, okay, here's a shield, buddy. You need them? Oh, and look at the bottom screen.
How many missiles?
Look at the bottom screen.
Yes.
There's another one.
Chat's got the right idea. It's like, how many missiles for this run? Yes.
Yes. Oh, okay, it disappeared.
Oh, okay, it just ceased to exist.
Sometimes they can't cross gaps, and other times they can. Like, I don't know. Like, it's literally so luck-based. I don't know how to deal with it.
Like I said, that one was like on its way to be like exactly what I'd asked for earlier, where you're just trying to outrun for the entire lap and just, where have all the good men gone?
Okay.
Etc.
Yeah, exactly that. Like, we are holding out for a hero, and it actually, our hero came. We got another shoe boost to make up for the 45 missiles that hit us.
45 missiles.
Roughly 45 missiles. I can't count. I think it was about that many. And yeah,
approximately.
All we get in first place a lot of the time is boxing gloves and rainbows and mines. And unfortunately, you would hope that the mines could like block a missile, like you know how like bananas can block shells, but no, you can't. Nothing stops the missile except luck. That was also a really good track, despite it all. Despite everything, it was still okay. Now, speaking of okay, this track is not. I hate this track.
The amount of just venom that came from you with that.
Speaking of, it's okay. First of all, it's a really great recreation of Monkey Target at the beginning. You know, that's Monkey Target, right? We targeted the monkey or whatever you do there. But the ending to this track, it's like, why? Also, okay, nice boost. All right, and what I mean is, first of all, there's nothing but 90-degree right turns in this level, which is just a great design. And I missed that boost up, but that's okay. At least we didn't hit a wall.
These 90-degree turns work in Super Monkey Ball. They do not work in this game.
Not at all. And we're not done. So this track ends with not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 complete 90-degree inversions. Here we go.
I remember that turn from the console version.
I have to let go and tap B to brake. Like, I literally need to lose speed to go around these turns. Why would they do this? Why would Sega do this?
Yeah. Just the 90-degree turns at the end, like someone saying this track is also bad in the console version. Yep, I remember hosting for the run of the console version back in June, and yeah, no, that is the U-turn Mageddon, as a teacher put it.
That's a great way to describe it, U-turn Mageddon. Also, we're trying to bait out. Okay, never mind, it died. There was a remote missile headed our way that just died. I don't know why. Sometimes they die and sometimes they don't, but I'll take it. Ooh. This turret, some of these turns are nasty. Like, this game wants you to hit the wall. All right, here we go. Also, I would say this is the least guaranteed movement in the game. Like, I just don't know if these are going to go well every time I approach them. Like right there, we got a little bit of air, which kind of hurt us, and then we lost too much speed. This is what happens. Oh my god, I can't even turn. Big. Okay.
Big, please.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've given this level my all, and it doesn't want to give anything back in return. It's a very difficult track. And unfortunately, it's the second to last stage in the run. So it's like, get your run to here and just pray to God that you can make those 4 90-degree turns 3 laps in a row. This track actually just recently, I PB world record in this category recently. I got a 1:03:04, just shy of the sub 103, and this track was one of the contributors to the death of the 102 because like it just barely lost enough time in this track because of the inversions. I messed up one of the right turns and it like cursed me. Yeah, this track is the murderer of the speedrun for sure. It's this. I don't know why they would do this. That's all I can really say about it. Oh, okay, it's fine. Whatever.
What? Oh, okay.
It's really hard to see.
I was like, there's no fake item box in this, right?
Oh, Yeah, and also I'm trying to wheelie up these hills for a little bit, which like makes it so that I can't really turn very well. Okay, that's an ideal turn right there.
You're free.
We're free. One more track and then we're home free in general. I hope you guys have been enjoying this run. I just want to say shout out to the Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, like the original game community. They've been so friendly and helpful. Not a lot of people run this, obviously, but people have been very supportive of me playing this game, and they're just like, they're very knowledgeable about what they do know, and just really friendly people. If you want to run this game, they're great resources, and this game is the DS version or the console version. There are a lot of great runners who are around to help you. So shout out to them. Shout outs especially to Mischievous, who has verified all 400,000 of my ILs. Sometimes I had to apologize because I dropped like 8 runs in the queue, and I was like, look, I'm sorry, it was just I didn't have a lot to do today. Oh!
It's like, look, my life decided to return to big.
Yeah, exactly. We returned to big, and we returned a little too much. Yeah, because when I found out that I liked this game, I was literally like dropping like multiple days worth of efforts in the time trials. It was way too much fun. Also, this is a floor that eats your boost if you're not drifting on it right. So I'm actually on a very specific like drifting pattern here to avoid the part that eats the boost. This track is pretty cool. Also, we got I think this is MIDI. I Am the MIDI. So the 3 tracks that play in Final Fortress are Final Fortress, I Am the MIDI, and I know the last one. Wait, I know the last one. It's Crank the Heat Up. Or Crank the MIDI Up. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, Crank the Heat Up. That's right. I was thinking of the other song. And I'm trying to think of all the tracks. And so Seaside Hill, the only track we didn't hear is Windy and Ripley from Sonic Adventure, which is a cool version, actually. I really like that version. Billy Hatcher, we didn't get to hear a Jack in the Box, which is like, I would call it one of the most iconic music tracks in that game. A Jack in the Box is a really, really good theme, but I hear it way too much in this game, so I was glad to get Tumbling Xylophone and Volcanic Orchestra instead.
Oh my god, that MIDI is rocking the solo right now.
Oh yeah, Bro cooked with all 5 bits that they had to make the soundtrack. Oh, listen, doesn't this...
Hey, I was listening to that.
He changed the radio. I hate when the Uber driver does that. Alright, so we just want to drift so we hit this right here, and that gives us a really nice boost. A fast lap here is like a 109-ish, so 112 is we're still rocking. Yeah, I'm boosting early there to avoid the egg pawn smacking into me, so it loses a little bit of speed, but it's in favor of more safety. So safety is always way better to have in this run because you're already at the mercy of so much RNG. Don't make yourself at the mercy of stage hazards too. There's a particular that robot right there. I've drifted a little bit too heavily and smacked into him before. So I'm very careful when I'm drifting right there. I am the MIDI. That's what I am. They do get the. I think they get the slap bass from Sonic Adventure 2 really well done in this soundtrack, though. It sounds like the Sonic Adventure 2 slap bass. Like that guy is slapping to save his, like for his life. Slapping like the rents do. All right, time is going to come up when we cross the finish line. Right about... Oh, now! We got shot right over the finish line.
Oh, what a way to go.
GG. Thank you so much for featuring this run. I loved to be here to talk about this. Like I said, this game has been my hyperfixation for like 4 months or something like that straight. I have been uploading time trials nonstop. It's just a really, like, I wasn't expecting this game to like take over my brain the way that it did, but I really enjoyed it. It's a classic. If you get a chance to play it, play the DS version. And if you get a chance to play the regular game in general, you should. It's on Steam. It's still pretty well available. This is just a great racing game. Like, it doesn't have all the genre-defying conventions of Sonic and Racing Transformed, but if you're looking for like a solid kart racer, like, this is it. Also, this song is really high quality compared to the MIDI that we got for the level tracks. Like,
oh yeah, this is actually quite high quality for a DS track. What?
right? Like, compare this to the MIDI that we just heard. It's like really good.
Yeah. Also, do you have any shout-outs that you'd like to make or anything else you'd like to mention before we wrap up this run?
Yeah, so I just want to say thank you so much, Amber, for having me. Please play this game or the DS game if you get a chance, and follow me on Twitch. I'm Brandino59. I'm also on YouTube at Brandino6030 on YouTube for some reason. And then also, I'll just throw this out there. If you're interested, I run a Gimmick Blue Sky account where I post DS title screens on a semi-regular basis. So if you
might not know about this,
if you like, if you search DS-title-screens on Blue Sky, you will find my alternate account where I post DS title screens, and it's like a semi-daily thing. And we do 3DS Thursday, where we post 3DS title screens on Thursdays. But I just want to shout that out while I get a chance. So thank you so much for having me, and go watch the next run because it's going to be a banger.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for doing this run and being our way of hyping up the upcoming open network tests of like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds and also the upcoming release. Really hope that game is good. I'm looking forward to the open network test, and I hope to see you playing it, Brandino. That'll be really awesome. We should play sometime.
I am going to play it. I really want to get on that one early.
Oh, absolutely. And coming up after the break, we're going to have Selkuth Mind come on with Dicey Dungeons full game any percent glitched. And that's going to be showcasing what the community has been cooking with the game since the last time that the run was featured on Passion Project, where the RNG was some of the worst they had ever seen in any showcase run ever. So the community went back to the drawing board and cooked and found like newer ways to make it a lot more showcase friendly. And we're having our redemption run coming up right after this. So while you're taking the break, if you're curious on what's coming up on Hotfix, you should check out this week's schedule and explore our full season lineup over at gdq.gg/Hotfix. And we'll be right back in just a few minutes after this break.
Go race with Sonic.
All right, everyone, welcome back to episode 50 of Passion Project, the speedrunning gaming variety show that is the best place on Twitch to show the world what you love the most in speedrunning and gaming. Coming up next, we have Selkuth Mind on for a redemption arc of Dicey Dungeons' full game any percent glitched run, where previously, I believe it was about sometime last year, where I had Dicey Dungeons on last time, and the RNG was the worst we had ever seen. And as such, the community decided to go back to the drawing board and start cooking up some new ways to make this much more consistent and much more reliable for showcase runs. So go ahead and take it away, Sel.
Yeah, thank you so much, Amber. As said, my Selkuth Mind, or Sel for short, and this is indeed Dicey Dungeons. It was actually early August last year, so we're about a year ago. Amber had me on the show to do full game any percent glitched. Literally the worst RNG I've ever seen in this game, and I have hundreds of hours in it. I don't know quite what it had in it system that day, but we have since figured out some new strats. We've learned some of the things that are needed to make this a little more consistent. So I am excited to be back here to showcase this, to show you all that this is actually a very consistent game, with a caveat if it's in roguelike, but it's a fantastic game. I hope you're all going to enjoy it. Now, first for this episode, I need to go in and quickly reset my save file. And while I do that, I have a commentator if you'd like to introduce himself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kuritas KRT, but you can call me Curry for short. And also in short, I haven't actually played Dicey Dungeons, but I've watched Sel play it a million billion times, so I feel like I might know something about it, but I'll be here commentating today.
Yes, Curry's going to be my extra brain cells, because there is a lot to think about in this run, especially if things do go a little sideways, as, you know, I swear Dicey knows when I'm on the GDQ channel, but with that being said, we're going to wrangle it into submission today. And so time will start upon me clicking play. So 3, 2, 1, go.
good luck, have fun, and I mean good luck. Like, seriously.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna be good. All right, so the premise of this game, it's a roguelike deck building dungeon crawler, and Lady Luck is hosting a game show where these people get turned into dice and they're going to compete. So first here we meet the warrior. This is a tutorial. This opening little bit here is 100% scripted. I know exactly what's going to happen down to the exact roll of the dice I'm going to get. Something else that you will notice, it'll be a little more obvious once we get out of the tutorial here, but I am actually using a dual input method. I am using both a mouse for most of my movements, and then I'm using a controller to hit double tap X and end the turn. It's way faster, it's more consistent. And here we're learning a couple of things. So this is our limit break. This is Fury. It does double damage. Limit breaks do slightly different things in different episodes. We'll talk about that as we go on. And we also saw combat roll, which is a very unique thing to the warrior. It lets me reroll a die. This is incredibly helpful, and we very much like it. All right, I need to reroll this 3 times to get 4 to put into that item. I always forget there's dialogue there. All right, we have status effects. Curry, do you want to explain status effects while I figure this out?
Sure thing, yeah. So you have seen burns so far. This is our first status effect. That means the dice is set on fire, and if you want to use it, you use up 2 of your HP. That's just one of the many, many status effects, and we'll talk about them more as the run progresses.
Yeah, we're going to actually fight the Jester now, who only does status effect damage. But that's fine. The Jester is also the 6th playable character in this game. If I somehow unlock him in this run, something has gone very strange. I'm going to immediately knock on the wood of my desk in the hopes that I don't see him, because I won't know what to do if that happens. But as you can see, we just saw another stats effect there of freeze, which made 2 of my dice roll down to become 1s. Not super helpful. We don't love them. Shock here. Curry, if you want to explain shock.
Shock temporarily disables just some of the random items or equipment you have. If you want to use it, you spend 1 of your die to unlock it, and then you use another die on it to actually use it.
Yeah, this is not the worst RNG for this fight. So this fight actually is where the RNG starts for everything. Can I roll this into something better? Sure. We're gonna take the damage. There we go. All right. That is the Jester done. That is floor 1 of Warrior Episode 1 done. We are officially at the tutorial area. Will we get the glitch? There's no control over this glitch. We did. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Okay, game. So there's some weird things that can happen coming out of the tutorial the very first time. This includes, in best case scenario, there being no enemies in the way, and we can literally just skip all of level 2 of floor 2. It's really funny. In this case, we got the slightly rarer glitch in my experience, which is where there's no enemy in front of the chest. So there was nothing useful in that chest for us, but that was very unusual. Anyways, that's the marshmallow done. Easy enough. And we have leveled up. We're going to take Boomerang. I am actually going to swap the Boomerang in quickly. All right, on to the Wizard. Now, something that's going to be very important as we go on is floor 3 is going to be very, very important. And that's because we are looking for a very specific item. We're going to hope this item shows up earlier than later. That does a very silly amount of damage. And Curry, what is the item we're looking for?
That would be the Crystal Sword. If we get it, you can do 3 times the damage of the dice roll with a single item use.
Which means, okay, our chest is in the path. We're going. Excellent. This item
try it.
only spawns in the chest on floor 3. Why? We don't know. It just does. We don't question the game. Questioning the game leads to bad outcomes. Don't question the game. But yeah, so we're gonna check it. It has a really low spawn rate. It's something like, I'm trying to remember what the stats are. It's something like 6%, less than that even. It's
really low.
It's very low. I'm not going to use that yet. Okay, Yeti is weak to fire. I see you in chat, blame Terry. Yeah, blame Terry. We love and adore the dev of this game, but also blame Terry. We're gonna do that. And I'm not gonna boomerang because I'm a little nervous about health. I'll be fine. Oh yeah, I'm really glad I didn't do that because that's 10 damage I'm taking. I do have my Fury though. And we have a bunch of ones, okay. There we go, easy.
There we go.
Had to think for a second. All right, let's see. Did we get lucky? We did not. Okay.
No.
So I'm going to instead go over and... Do I want to do that? Yeah, I'm going to upgrade it for marathon safety. All right. So actually what we're going to do is do a little inventory management now, and we're going to get to see our first glitch of the run. This is called item duplication. Put it very simply, using my controller, I select the item, back out to title, enter back into the level, reopen my menu, and there's a ghost copy of it. I place it in an empty slot, reopen the equipment menu, and now it is a full valid item. If I don't place it in a valid slot before exiting back out and coming back in, then it disappears. So, you know, we're just gonna now have an inventory full of upgraded boomerangs. And one more, because the other cool thing about this glitch is you can maintain it across episodes. It is certainly a glitch. And it's very wild. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna re-roll that. That was worth re-rolling for. Ooh, that was not. There we go. Goodbye, cactus. Okay, not the worst. Rhino Beetle and Cowboy's not the worst. Not the worst. And look at these rolls.
Someone from chat is very taken aback by the item glitch. It's like, yo, what? I didn't know that. And it's like, I love when I have a run with glitches on, and someone sees it for the first time. And they're like, wait, you mean I could have done this the whole time?
It is extremely easy. So you can do it with keyboard and mouse. I will say from experience, it is way easier to do it with your controller. That's just my recommendation. That's partly why we run this category with both controller and mouse. You can also do it on touchscreen fairly easily, is my understanding.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you play on if you play like the Switch version, or if you play on mobile, because there's a mobile version of this game. Oh, I'm going to take an extra fight to level up. If you play on either of those, there's some things that you can do with the touchscreen that you can't in other versions. I believe. Do Steam Decks have touchscreens?
They do have a touchscreen.
Yeah. So the Steam Deck version, you can do it as well. Oh boy, I don't love this. If I Fury that will do 6 damage. If she, okay. I'm gonna end turn. Because if she rolls too well, I'm toast. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't. I would have been dead. Okay, locked is another stats effect.
Yep, as you can see here, we just can't use that dice. Nope, not allowed.
Yeah.
And the RNG is not very good this battle, so we're redoing it.
Dead, yeah. So, fun thing, you can just dip out. The dice that you roll will always be the same for the start of every fight, but your combat rolls, the secondary turns, everything will be different. So we like that. Okay, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. And if I do that, that's 12. That kills. Let's go. There we go. So that's another thing that I think was known but not very well explained within the community, is you can actually exit out like that and just restart a fight. Again, the RNG going so terribly last time I was on the show meant the community kind of got together and shared a lot more knowledge about this run, including some stuff I'm really excited to share once we get there about the final episode of the entire run. There's some really, really cool new things we do there. I'm going to take the damage. All right, Buster's at 16 health. He can't kill me from this position, even if he rolls amazingly. And that's a pretty good roll for Buster. This is going to hurt a little, though. All right, what we got? Can I roll that into something better? Yeah, I can. Boom. All right, that's episode 1 done.
GG.
All right, chat, can you join me? Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
We're gonna see if we win. We win. We got a chant. Spin the wheel so we can win.
Spin that wheel, everyone. Spin that wheel and
Big money, no money.
No prize. We are stuck in this dungeon. That's okay though, because it's time for our next little glitch. I'm gonna enter the thief by making the game think that I have entered the warrior instead. There's a reason for this. And in the meantime, you're going to get to see a really cool strat. Called letting the enemy have an advantage. So we're actually going to skip our turn.
bold strategy.
Mm-hmm. We you know what? We're fighting against this little froggy. He has a giant sword, I know, but like he has such he's so small. He needs an advantage, right? So,
this is where Froggy was during the whole Sonic run. He was right here in Dicey Dungeons. Who gave him a sword?
I don't know, but whoever did, it is actually bigger than him. I happen to know the artist of this game, Marlo Dobe, and just confirmed it is bigger than him. Anyways, say 07 to Thief. That's okay. We didn't really need to do Thief. Anyways, it's time for the robot. And don't worry, we are definitely not going to kill the robot either. We definitely are.
Oh, definitely not. No. Why would we do that?
Wolf puppy. There is actually a lot of thought and strategy that goes into who I choose to fight first here. Wolf puppy was far better than Space Marine. I don't love seeing Wolf puppy, but it's better than some options. I actually really like seeing Froggy. That's the best option, always. I see someone in chat saying that Thief is their favorite. Thief is genuinely really cool. However, Thief really sucks for speedruns. Take this from someone who tried to do Thief speedruns first. And, if you think the RNG is bad on this run, you should try Thief ILs. Don't. It's very bad. Anyways, 07's to robot, and yes, you sense a pattern developing. We are, in fact, going to fail on the first fight of each of the characters so that the game thinks, because I kind of glitched into it, that I've actually beaten episode 1 of each of them. It's for important reasons. Essentially, it's related to unlocking the final episode. We have to actually go through this, and I am actually going to, because I'm on Hothead, I'm going to take advantage of dice getting burned to do some extra damage to us. Hothead, really, please, roll better than that.
There we go, there's the burn. Taking that burn and then skipping our turn.
Come on, Hothead. The Hothead gives us bonus damage, of course, because of the burn. The downside of them is if Hothead doesn't roll and even die, then it's painfully slow. All right, that's Inventor done, and we get to do one more of these with the Witch. And then we'll be back to our regularly scheduled Warrior content.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much lore and story to this game that it took me actually a couple years of running this to really learn. Slime? I think is our best option here. Don't love this option, but we'll take it. Oh, this is good actually. We're gonna get poisoned. Which we haven't seen poison as a status effect. Curry, what is poison?
means you lose health equal to the number of poison stacks you have at the start of your turn. It also goes through shields, so automatic damage on us.
Yep. And it really stacks. We don't like to be poisoned. We do like to have poison in our arsenal, though, especially in backstage, which, again, hopefully, if the RNG is kind, we'll get to show you why. Anyways, 07's Witch. That is our final episode of those. We won't see those characters again until maybe later. Anyways, on to episode 3 of Warrior. This episode is different. It's referred to as sort of the cursed one because we are going to lose HP every time we level up. So we actually want to minimally level in this particular episode.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. So every episode has different effects. Episode 1 is the default rules for that character. Episode 2 then is something a little bit unique. And then episode 3 is also unique. Episode 4, which we'll see shortly, if RNG cooperates, is consistent in terms of what it does. Episodes 4, 5, and 6 are all consistent across all characters with the uniqueness. Okay, game. Okay, just give me a double 6. Sure, I didn't need a double, but we're not going to complain. All right, Pirate, not the worst one either to see. You might also notice that I kept Venus Flytrap here instead of going for 6 boomerangs. That's because boomerangs do damage back. And as helpful as boomerangs are for proccing our Fury, in this particular episode, they also really suck because it means I take so much extra damage. And in fact, I'm going to do that just to minimize the damage. But I just realized I'm leveling up anyways. So I'm going to heal the full, but lose 2 HP. How do I feel about 4s? We're gonna re-roll. We're gonna roll with the 4s.
Gonna roll with it. All right.
We're just gonna roll with it. Game said that's what you're getting, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna heal, and on to floor 3. Where is our? Okay, we have to take an extra fight to go check that chest. Okay, I don't love these rolls. Yeah, something you'll see if I have an inventory full of boomerangs, and even if I do end up getting Crystal Sword, you will discover that I will usually keep one item in my inventory that is not a boomerang for safety. And that's another bump. Okay. Well, on to the
He was very determined to make you re-roll into 2 in that last fight.
The combat roll has a mind of its own some days, which is why actually combat spatula is kind of nice. If you don't know what combat spatula is, don't worry. We'll talk about that when we get to that episode. Cool. Bye, Yeti. All right. Health and health. Very good. And on to level 4. I'm going to knock on wood as I say this. I feel okay about how this episode's going. I say that very cautiously.
Cautiously, but optimistically. We're getting there.
Okay, if I do that and that. Yes, okay, so that's a little thing you can do. If you're fast enough to send something, even if it's another boomerang after that, you can actually prevent taking some damage. It's very cool. Ooh, no, I'm going to keep the healing. That item was tempting, but I'm going to keep the healing. All right, Kraken. Okay, these aren't great fights. Anyways, Kraken, my beloved, is here. Because Kraken does both curse and blind. Oh, goodness gracious, hang on. Let's see. Can I heal? Yes, I can, okay.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I didn't proc that fast enough. Okay.
Aw.
That's okay, we have an apple behind us. We can heal. I'm going to check this chest just in case. It's counterspell, not helpful. We're not going to run into anyone. Banshee, be nice. I need a 6 here, ideally, so I can heal. Okay.
Okay.
We're going to Fury
There's
that to
that 6.
heal.
Ask, can we receive?
What is Banshee? 6. Okay. If I do that. Okay. I'm going to stop there. That leaves me at 7, and I'm going to prep to back out if Banshee's going to try and kill me. Yep, Banshee's going to kill me, so we're going to just try that again. Ooh, 9 HP. That's not a lot. All right. Can I roll something better? I can.
That is.
There it is.
I'm going to stop there and I'm going to let Banshee go. And Banshee rolled worse this time. Let's go. As I said, only the
Successful
very first roll.
RNG
See
reroll.
those 3s.
Yeah.
Yeah, those 3 1s right there.
Yeah. Also means she couldn't curse me because she could have cursed me last time too, and that would have been very rough. Anyways, Curry, do you want to talk about silenced?
Silence. As you saw, we replaced the limit break bar with silence. That means Cell just cannot use it for this battle.
Okay. We're gonna fight Rhino Beetle with 7 HP in a dream. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Gabe? What are you doing?
This is great.
I am suspicious of the game right now.
We're gonna roll up the punches, though. We're doing great.
Okay, I'm gonna show this off. If I kill the enemy before I would die to damage reflecting back at me, I end at 1 HP, even if I would have been below that. You know what? We're gonna YOLO it. Let's go.
All right.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought that was Drake for a second. One of the bosses that we don't want to see. She's fine. This will be fine. She has a lot of HP, but she'll be fine. We are going to Fury that so I can heal. 4, 6. Okay. I'm not gonna pop 4s. I'm gonna put 5s and 6s in here if I can, because she can hurt a lot. She really hurts. Oh, game Y. Can I get a 6? As can you receive apparently tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, we'll take that.
Oh, that's gonna kill me. Back out. Oh boy, okay. So the reason we back out of fights, and that is leaderboard valid, is it is faster than redoing an entire episode. Also, she gave us the long poem. That's unusual. She doesn't commonly do that. All right, we're gonna Fury this to heal. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay, I don't dare do that because that's not enough to kill her. I need her to roll badly here. I don't dare. She rolls a 1.
Okay.
It
Wow.
affects curse, which kind of sucks. Curry, do you want to explain curse while I deal with this roll I just got?
If you're cursed, that means an equipment has a 50% chance to just fail. That means the effects don't take effect at all. So that's just a coin flip. If we proc curse, then we don't have curse anymore. But if it has to proc in order for it to go away.
8, 16. That kills. No.
That proc, yeah,
Okay.
that's curse.
I'm ending the turn there because I need to make sure I have enough HP to last. Oh, okay, 6. That's fine.
Okay, we have a guaranteed 6 at least.
I'm just gonna pop that for safety. Okay, that was a bad one. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's go.
We really are on a comeback run here. Anyways, spin the wheel. Oh, oops. Still again.
Oh,
Yeah.
womp, womp, womp.
Everything's fine. All right. On to elimination round. So elimination round, enemies have 10% more health, and all enemy equipment is upgraded. This is consistent across all episodes for all characters, and it is time for us to do our favorite thing called the item glitch.
While the item glitch is happening, I just want to remind folks that Games Done Quick Express is returning to TwitchCon San Diego from October 17th to the 19th. If you want to learn more about it, you can go to twitchcon.com, and you should stay tuned for the schedule coming up next month. Yeah, stay stuned. That's my favorite thing to do, is to stay stuned.
Absolutely.
Same, yeah. No, that's going to be great. I'm very excited to see that schedule.
Oh, same.
And then, as you saw, I procced the second boomerang fast enough that I only took 3 damage instead of 6. Very nice. We love that. Okay. 2 fights. That's not amazing, but not the worst. And okay, game. Sure, let's just do that. That works.
That works. We'll take it.
Yeah. We are going to take 6 damage here, potentially 8. Oh, we are going to take 8 damage.
Okay, yeah.
That's fine though, because we'll level off this. There we go. We have leveled up. Okay, on to the pirate. I am going to Fury that. There we go. And only take 3 damage. And I'm going to heal quickly. I don't need to check the shop. Oh, I have to full clear this floor. Okay, that's rough, but that's okay. It's very much okay when the game does this. Okay.
We'll take it.
That doesn't quite kill, but that was plenty. All right, Handyman is slow because his AI does stuff like that. Sir, you can't combine a 6 and a 1.
That's not how a D6 works.
You can't do that. It does nothing. It produces a 6 and a 1, regardless of what you do. That's it.
But I want a 7.
That's just his AI. It does that. Anyways, another bump. Okay. All right, Dryad. Oh, okay. That wasn't as good, but that's fine. We'll still do that. And there we go. Took a little extra damage because I didn't do the math fast enough to know that would kill, but that's okay. We have plenty of health, we got plenty of apples, and we're going to level up off the sorceress. I guess we should talk about how leveling works. Curry, do you want to talk about that?
Absolutely. So all the enemies in this game have a particular level associated with them. You kill the enemy, you get an amount of experience equal to their level. So here, this enemy was level 3. We get 3 experience points, and that was enough for us to level up.
Yeah, which meant I didn't need to worry about health. Okay. This is a really nice floor 4. It's rare to get a floor 4 where you only have to do 1 fight to get to the end. So I guess another important thing to note is I am just doing any % runs here. I'm not doing a... I'm gonna have to proc that Fury to finish him. I'm not doing all fights. So there's 2 main categories for Dicey runs. There's any % where you do any number of the fights, however many you want. And then there is all fights where you have to do every single fight in the dungeon. So here I'm doing any % with a couple of extra fights as it makes sense for safety and different reasons. Crystaluna doesn't tend to hurt too bad the first turn. So I am actually going to voluntarily take some extra damage. Oh, I say that. And
also, huge shoutouts. Ooh. Okay.
Oh, this is fine. Everything's fine. You were saying, Amber.
Oh, shoutouts to Chipsell, who does the soundtrack for this, because like this particular battle theme I quite like.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the music is fantastic. Oh, save myself the damage. Let's go.
Like, if I recall, she actually just recently released a new single as well. So
that sounds right.
If y'all don't know, it's Chipsell, as in like chiptune, but Z-E-L at the end. Chipsell does most of her work on Game Boys.
Oh, eek. Okay, that's not okay.
Not the best situation. Basically, Cell is balancing how much damage can we deal to the enemy versus how much damage can we take ourselves without dying. So that's kind of the mental math she's doing right now.
Yeah, I got a little lucky in that. I say that. I say that, and then that happened. Okay.
Yep.
I'm actually just gonna
Redoing it.
Probably best to,
we're
All
just
right.
gonna try that again. Kraken's a tough fight to do on this little HP. We might see our first episode reset here. I'm gonna hope not, but that is also just how this goes. Oh, good. Okay, game.
Really game.
Really. Okay, we're gonna do that again. I'm gonna hope that you roll worse this time. All right, come on, Kraken. We practiced this. Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh,
That's even
that's
worse.
not great.
We're just gonna do that preemptively. I'll give this a couple more resets, and then I'll just reset the episode. Gonna get a better roll?
Oh,
That was
Game is really determined to give you 3 4s and some nonsense.
yeah. Well, this is the Kraken for you. Okay.
okay, that's a little better.
Alright.
This is better. It's not going to actually do damage to me. It's going to curse me and, quadruple blind me, which is the worst possible scenario here. But that was a 2, so that wasn't worth it. That was a 3. No, we're just dead here. I'm going to accept that this is an unsolvable fight. So, 07's Warrior, we're going to try this again.
Oh, sevens. Let's do that episode again.
Yep. Fortunately, this is why I do the extra duplication, so that I can just do this, and there we go. We still have our boomerang. That just happens sometimes, especially as you get further in. That is the downside of boomerang, but the upside is we have another shot at getting a crystal sword.
We'll see if we can get luck to proc a little bit better for us for some of these enemy fights. We've been lucky so far for a large part of this run, so I've been happy
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah, like this has been otherwise pretty good RNG. It's just we happen to get to Kraken with not nearly
No,
enough
no.
HP.
Kraken's just a tough fight, regardless of the situation. Like, Kraken is just hard, especially on this episode where it has extra HP. The extra 10% just makes it an absolute tank. Okay, we got luckier here. We have one fight to do. I see chat cheering on for RNG for the crystal sword. I see you, chat. Thank you. I believe we'll get it. Oh, that's 2. That's well. There we go. That's all we
There,
need.
yep.
That'll work.
Yep. I'm gonna just pop my hand here, make sure there's nothing useful. Nope. Okay. Okay, we only have to do 2 fights instead of 3. That's not bad. We'll take it. Also, I feel bad for Sneezy. Poor Sneezy obviously works in the dungeon, but Sneezy has an allergy to dungeons. Could you imagine being allergic to both your home and your workplace?
That's terrible.
We got it!
The crystal sword! We got it! We got it, everyone!
Okay,
We've unlocked this run.
all right. We have to fight Fireman before we can really pop off, but it's gonna get wild after this.
We did it. All right.
This run is already significantly better than last time I was on, because last time I was on, the crystal sword didn't show up the whole run. So,
Oh my god.
we are very happy to see it. Okay, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go backpack. We're gonna upgrade the crystal sword. And now I need to do some equipment moving around. What am I gonna keep? Am I gonna keep boomerangs or am I gonna keep the sword? I'm going to actually choose to keep a boomerang. All right, time for the glitch. Let's go. So the reason we
so-
have 1 crystal sword when you could have 5.
exactly.
Exactly.
So crystal swords have a max of 5, so I can't use 6s in them. So I do want to keep 1 slot for something that can use a 6 if I get one. They also can only be used once a battle. So I never want to go and only ever have an inventory of crystal swords, because that's just dangerous. Well, okay, this is a 4-4. Anyways, yeah, hi. Welcome to having an inventory of the strongest item in the entire game.
There are the 5s.
There we go.
Jeez.
Easy as that.
Yeah. We literally just melt enemies and we're gonna move on. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna take the lower route. Largely because that way I have access to healing if I'm gonna need it. Lots and lots of health in this episode, which is very nice actually. Ready in 3? Cool, so we're actually gonna do that so I can do that. Paper Knight won't be able to kill me here. Paper Knight can do a lot of damage, but we'll be fine. Okay, we're gonna get 2 dice locked. Maybe with the 1. So as you can see, those swords disappeared. This is what they do. It's really funny if I ever get confused and I have crystal swords in my inventory, the game doesn't know what to do and it does some really funny things. It has to do with when the crystal sword disappears, it actually just goes off screen a little bit and then sits there, and then confused reshakes up the screen where everything is, and so it makes things that are actually off screen appear on screen. Again, it's very wild. Okay.
Yeah, while we're menuing fairly fast for folks who don't know this game very well, Crystal Sword does 3 times the die number that is inserted into it with a max of 5. So you can do a single one does 15 damage if you throw a 5 in there. It's absurd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty wild. All right, full health. Please don't be Drake. Buster. Hi, Buster.
Chat, if you are thinking about picking this game up, if you're worried about being bad at it, don't worry. You're bad at most roguelikes at the very beginning. I know I am.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up Balatro earlier this year, finally, and I was terrible at it.
Yeah.
But I got better as I learned the mechanics and understood it better and started unlocking more things. So, definitely give it a shot.
Yeah.
The biggest determining factor of whether or not you should buy a game is, do you think it'll be fun? If the answer is yes, and you have fun with it, it doesn't matter how bad you are at it. Enjoy the video game.
Yeah, I can say I was also
Watch that HP
I was bad
melt.
at this game for my first 100 hours in it. So, and here I am, speedrunning one of the hardest categories of the game. So, go play the game. Also, ooh, that's no good. We don't like
God.
that. Just gotta balance things carefully. Okay, so we're gonna proc our Fury on this. We're gonna do that, and easy peasy. Buster's dead, let's go. All right, ready, chat. Spin the wheel, spin the wheel.
Spin that wheel.
No.
Oh, not
No.
again.
But don't worry, though. We will eventually escape. I do promise you that. We will eventually escape. Anyways, it is time for Parallel Universe, and everything works differently in this episode. I have to remember this. Otherwise, I have a really rough time at first. And equipment glitch saved. Let's go. I get stressed that's every once in a while I fail to keep the glitch. And it's very sad when you lose your crystal sword.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to have, once again, I'm going to keep just 4 crystal swords, and I'm going to keep another item in my inventory just for safety. Although Rusty Sword isn't great either, because Rusty Sword has a max of 5 as well. Okay. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I'll do it. So, Curry, do you want to tell folks a little bit about this particular episode and how things are different in it?
Yeah, sure thing. So, essentially, all the statuses mean something different. Our Fury, our limit break there, means something different. And our equipment also sometimes does certain things different. So we'll have to re-explain some things as we go on here. So for example, weaken, normally it would just weaken how much damage your equipment does. But this time in the Parallel Universe episode, you take extra damage from each attack. That's what having a weaken effect on you does. So that's just one example.
Yeah, I also have Combat Spatula here. If you were here a little bit earlier, you would have heard me mention Combat Spatula. And so in this case, instead of re-rolling to a random number, it flips the die over. So if you don't know how dice are constructed, they are always, the opposite sides always equal 7. So if I have a 6 on it, I can flip it over and it becomes a 1, and vice versa. If I have a 4, it becomes a 3. If I have a 5, it becomes 2, etc. Because all of those pairs equal
7.
There we go. Nice, simple math. Do I forget that sometimes? Yes, I have reached episode 5 and been like, wait, why did that not combat? Oh, it's Combat Spatula. That's right. Oops. And I, just forgot something really important. Also, Burn does something different in this episode. I don't need to proc that, actually. So in this case, Burn, I don't lose HP for it. Instead, the item becomes unusable for a turn because it becomes burned.
Which is fine with a crystal sword, considering the fact that
it literally doesn't matter.
It gets used once per battle, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I should have furied that. Oh well. We're gonna do that. We'll let firemen hit us. It's fine. Oh, I say that's fine, and then
oh, that might not be fine.
It's fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. See? Boom. He's dead.
Awesome.
We're also leveling up soon. We also have over 20 HP. We have a health thing here. I'm not checking floor 3 because I don't need to check floor 3. Oh, we have a Loud Bird we're gonna have to fight. Loud Bird is one of the most hated characters in the game, but it's fine. Loud Bird is
also for the astute among you. The limit break is now Fury ? Which doubles his next action. But this version of Fury disables the action next turn after doubling it, which we don't actually care with crystal swords.
No, we really don't. Also, goodbye, Loud Bird.
Jesus.
Yeah, just goodbye. We don't need to see you any further. Okay, we get to see Cornelius, my love. I adore Cornelius. He's wonderful and adorable. A little stressful to fight, but absolutely wonderful. We're gonna just pop that in there, and that'll be an easy second turn. All right, Crystalina, what you got for us? Okay, you are going to choose to do that. Interesting. Sometimes she doesn't on her first turn, and she just goes, yeah, about that. I'm just going to, open up more weapons instead and just not do anything my first turn except for unlock weapons. She didn't choose to do that here, but that's fine. Also, Rat King, we're going to want to see Rat King later, so I want to see some Rat Jams in the chat in prep for, hopefully, us seeing our favorite character later.
Jeez, Cornelius has a lot of health.
Cornelius has a lot of health, but he also has only one attack, which, as you see, is a one-shot.
Oh.
It's a long countdown. We have time. Don't worry about it.
He's going to be out that for a while.
Uh-huh. We don't have a Fury. Okay, this is going to be painfully slow because we're out of Crystal Swords, so now we're going to do a max of 5 attack. So, everyone, sit down and get comfy, cozy. We're going to be fighting this for a while. How we feeling?
Do you mind if I get some announcements in while we're at it? All right, while we're in this extra long Cornelius fight, I just want to remind folks that if you're looking to get more involved with the GDQ community, you can join the official Games Done Quick Discord and add the Hotfix role to stay in the loop on upcoming events, chat with staff, and more. Use !Discord in Twitch chat for an invite and more information. And speaking of upcoming events, there's Frame Fatales, GDQ's all-women and femme speedrunning community, as they're preparing for their next event, Flame Fatales, running from September 7th through the 14th. The schedule is now live at gamesdonequick.com/schedule/58. Type !FF in the chat for information on how to join that Discord and stay up to date with all things Frame Fatales.
Yeah, I have backstage all fights on backup for that run. Also, Cornelius. back to title. We're not going to let you do
Oh
that.
my god.
We sniped that at just the last second. Okay. All right. Actually, hang on a sec. We are actually going to do something here for safety. And I'm going to take an extra fight in the form of Rotten Apple. Why am I taking an extra fight? Because I want to get my Fury procced for Cornelius.
Seems right.
Yeah, easy as that. Yeah, we're going to do that just for safety because Cornelius doesn't do damage to us. And I chose Rotten Apple over Rat King because Rotten Apple doesn't hurt as much. Rotten Apple's just a little less painful. Oh, that still didn't... I killed too quickly. Cool, we're going to get to see Rat King too, everyone. We're just having some extra fights here. Should just, try and make Cornelius a little safer. All right. Come on, Rat King. I know how much damage you can do, as I proceed to do silly amounts of damage, and also show you what it's like to use dice on a controller by accident. I need to take 3 damage. Okay. Okay, so... Come on, Rat King. He's very slow to fight, but... we're not gonna do that. I'm actually going to pop... Do you want to put that in? I'm actually going to put this in and not remove the poison so I can proc the Fury.
There it is.
There we go. Strategy. All the things you got to strategize. Yeah, since last year, I've had the incredible honor of running this category at, I think, 6 or 7 different marathons. And so as a result, I've learned a lot about managing this category and managing the RNG. We're gonna do that, and boom, Rat King is dead. We're also gonna level off of this. And we're gonna go try Cornelius again. All right. Hi, Cornelius.
Hello, old friend.
He's my favorite. I just love him to bits. He's so... He is a good boy if, in the habit of causing mass damage. That looks better. That looks a lot better, actually. Okay, so we're gonna do... There we go. That's better. That's much better.
Yeah, now we've got this. We beat Cornelius in the damage race now.
Yeah, we did not last time, in part because he kept rolling 6s.
Yep.
Also, if you want to see the best form of Cornelius, go play the Halloween DLC for this game, which is free, by the way. This game has 2 free DLCs, Halloween and Reunion. If you buy the game on Steam, and I think on any platform, you automatically get the DLCs, which is wonderful and very, very generous of the dev. And Cornelius has the most adorable Halloween costume. So go play Halloween and see Cornelius in his absolutely cutest form. Okay, I'm gonna need 2 more turns. Yeah, we'll be fine. Even if we're not gonna verbalize the thought I just had about potential role Cornelius could have.
Do not speak
not
it
gonna say
into
it.
existence.
Nope.
We're not gonna do that. Okay, good. Yep, this is fine. I can say it now because I'll kill him next turn. If he had rolled all 6s, he could have killed me, but he didn't. Thank goodness. There we go. Bye, Cornelius.
There we go. Yep.
All right. Well, with that little detour out of the way,
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Well then, what a moment. Anyways, I got to reset my glitch up. Drake, why? We were having you know what? I don't even trust that glitch worked. Drake, why? Oh no. Hey Curry, do you want to explain to folks why I am suddenly very stressed?
So, Drake seems like a normal boss from the outset, but yeah, you see that text right there? Drake revives to full health once we kill him. So we essentially need to knock down 2 of his HP bars. And plus, the final strike must be with that wooden stake item that was conveniently placed right in front of us before this battle.
Yeah, he also inflicts poison, blind, and can drain our health to heal himself. This is literally the worst character we could have received. I can't see because I'm blinded. I don't know what my HP is. I know my HP is still at full.
I hope you're keeping track, chat, because Cell needs to as well.
I've already lost track, so we're gonna just YOLO this. I'm actually gonna intentionally take the damage.
Seems fair, honestly. So the way Drake's rolls tend to go, or what he tends to do with his rolls, is if his 4 dice sum up to the countdown remaining on Smog Cloud, he will put all of his dice into that.
Yes.
Otherwise, he'll place his highest dice less than 4 on Bloodsuck, and then put the rest of his dice into Smog Cloud.
Okay, that is interesting. You knew something I didn't about this. We're gonna do that, and then.
I mean, I'm going to thank the official wiki for that.
Ah, yes. We do love the wiki. Speaking of which, there are 2 wikis for this game. Don't trust the one. Don't trust the fandom one. Go find the other one. It's got a weird, suspicious kind of looking link. It's okay. It's fine. Trust it. It's. I promise you, it is absolutely fine.
Wiki.dicydungeons.com.
How much damage do I need to take? 2. I'm gonna put that in. There we go. So that's Furied. I should be yes. Oh goodness, Drake. That's a lot of why. Why are you? Okay. We're gonna do this to clear out that. We're gonna flip this. And we're gonna Fury this.
There we go.
Didn't stack
all right.
over. No.
No.
Oh, shoot. Okay. That was a misplay. We're at 10.
Looks like we might have to knock down his next HP bar just the slow and steady way.
Yeah, the gamble is I don't know where my HP is. Oh, wait. I know where HP is. It's above 50% because Rusty Sword will tell me when I hit 50%.
Ah, there you go.
There we go. I remembered. But at some point, the amount of poison on me is gonna just overwhelm. So that's back now. We're still above 50 HP. I am going to do this. I'm also gonna do this and this. Okay. So I don't have any more crystal swords. 11. Okay. Let's think. Do I dare take that damage? While I'm mathing this out, Amber, how are we doing on time? Okay, we're below 50 HP.
We're about 53 minutes in or so.
Okay.
So
after this
we will
episode,
be
time for a break.
very likely to. Yeah, that is about what I was going to call. We were on fairly good pace between episodes 4 and 5 as well, all things considered.
Okay, I need to not take further damage from poison. I need to get 2 more hits on him. Oh, he's gonna heal. Oh, I also need to be prepared. Hang on, I'm being silly and not having my finger on the go back to menu button. Oh, I should have Fury. Oh, hang on. Silly me, getting ahead of myself. Okay. Come on, game, come on. Okay, you're gonna stack more poison. That's fine. Sorry, the look of shock upon my face was what? Anyways, Drake is dead. Cool, thank goodness.
Nice.
I hope to not see you again this run, Drake. Please and thank you. Don't come back. Anyways, spin the wheel again. We can pause once we get back out to the main menu.
Sounds good.
Anyways, we have a challenge. Anyways, okay, then we can pause the timer. Now is a good time for a break.
All right, folks, we're going to take our break of the run here just before we proceed with the game. And just I want to remind everyone that there is another community I want to shout out that GDQ supports, and that's the Black in a Flash community. They uplift and connect Black speedrunners of all levels, hosting special events throughout the year to raise money for charity and celebrate Black voices in the speedrunning scene. If you want to learn more or apply to get involved, you can do that at gdq.gg/BAF, and you can follow at blackinaflash.bsky.social over on Blue Sky for the latest updates. So we will take our next break here, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, everyone, welcome back to Passion Project, where we are having our revisit redemption arc of Dicey Dungeons, a full game, any percent, glitched by Selkuth Mind. I'm not going to keep y'all any longer. Go ahead and take it away, Sel.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amber. We're going to carry on to the final 2 episodes now. So we're going to start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, on to episode 6, which is bonus round. We're going to get introduced to a couple of new things. First off, decide what I want to take. I'm going to take the battle axe and equipment glitch. Save. Let's go. Okay. Oh, I'm always nervous going into episode 6 if our equipment glitch is going to stay over, and we're having perfect success with that so far tonight. All right, now to get another inventory full of crystal swords. I don't love battle axe. I might try and replace that during this run, but it's better than nothing. All right, and then one more duplication for safety. All right, and on we go. So, Curry, do you want to explain to people what's different about this episode?
Sure thing. So this is the bonus round, and after each floor we cover, we get to pick a bonus rule, which may negatively affect our adventure, like we're doing right now.
There we go. So I took the singer rule. Hey, we have a mimic.
A mimic? All right.
I'm excited to see mimics. They're not very common. Ooh, I'm not as excited about that roll.
Yeah.
That's better, though. All right, bye, mimic. There's a rule that you can get which turns everything on every floor into a mimic. Not literally, they just all look like chests. It's wild. It's one of my favorite rules for the sheer silliness of it. Do I want to? Yeah, we'll do it for the damage. Those weren't great rolls, but that's fine. We're gonna take a little damage here. Also okay. Also, combat roll is back. As you may have noticed, we previously had the combat spatula, but that's okay. It's now back to normal. All right, what rule are we gonna get this time after I heal?
Which, honestly, I don't mind us having combat roll again, as opposed to the spatula, just because we start with battle axe, and battle axe is a max of 4.
Yeah. I'm gonna take this one to make one of my dice burning every time, just because it's an easy proc for that. There we go. I don't love that rule, but taking 2 damage every turn when I don't have boomerangs is generally not bad. I could have reroll around. Oh, I like Sneezy, but I also like to kind of gamble with my rolls. So I'm making a bold choice to pick Sneezy here. But it also means I get functionally more combat rolls, and that's some of the worst rolls I could have gotten. Okay, we're gonna do this. Well, there we go. That's even better.
Beautiful.
And that's the benefits of Sneezy, is it just gives me infinite rerolls essentially.
It's already paying off.
This is actually not a bad rule set. It makes me a little nervous as to what we're gonna see, but no, we're gonna. Okay, game. Can I reroll that into something better? Sure, we'll take the 9 damage. We'll let Direwolf have the turn here. Direwolf actually, there's a fair bit of lore around Direwolf. Direwolf is the parent to the adorable wolf puppy, who is a floor 1 enemy that you can run into. I'm not gonna check what's in here. Ooh, yes, I will take that. I am going to have to reset my glitch to do this, but we are going to take the whip because I can put 6s in that. All right, quick reset of the crystal sword for safety. All right, there we go. On to floor 5. I'm going to have that. Yeah, Cornelius is too risky. We're going to randomize. Let's see what we get. Oh, dear. I think that's even worse.
Oh.
Ooh, okay, well, okay.
All right.
This is
We are
fine.
fine. I think we're flying by the seat of our pants right now.
Loudbird doesn't get a turn.
But all right.
You know, as long as we win without having to do anything, everything's fine. Do I want to do that? I am actually going to stop by. I'm going to upgrade, which means I do need to reset that duplication glitch for safety, because sometimes upgrading a weapon will sometimes delete it. So we're going to just restore it quickly. All 1s, let's go. Nope, that's no good. I am actually going to Fury here. Just to get rid of the gargoyle.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll do it.
Okay. And we're gonna heal up quickly, and no Drake, please. Beatrice, hi!
Beatrice!
She kind of sucks to fight, but she'll be fine. Oh, game, why? I have infinite rerolls. This is fine. Oh, hi, we're gonna do that, yes. I'm gonna do this. Let's see, can I get something better? Nope, okay, well, that's fine.
Also, a fun fact about Beatrice, her go-to song at karaoke is Dancing Queen.
I can believe that. Okay, so she has stats effect dodge, which means she's gonna dodge whatever I send at her next, which really sucks. So we're gonna actually do this to clear that. This, Fury, this. Beatrice is dead. Let's go. That was one of the best episode 6s I think I've ever had.
Very nice.
That was very nice.
That was very
Anyways,
good.
Spin the wheel time. Are we gonna win
the wheel
finally?
again?
Are we gonna finally? No. No.
Oh.
Well, that's okay, because it is now time for a brand new glitch where you see this door over here? We got to get inside that door. And we do it by 3, 2, 1. Nope. 3, 2, 1. Nope. 3, 2, 1. Nope. Come on. Nope. Come on, game. There we go.
There it
Everybody
goes.
tries.
Excellent.
It's very fast to reset. So essentially, I entered into the warrior, but moved my left stick over quickly enough to make the game think that I actually entered backstage. So anyways, here, all 6 characters are confronting Lady Luck. We're going to go with the witch for safety. Sorry, I didn't think to ask y'all who you wanted to see, but that's fine. We're going to go with this.
That's okay.
And essentially, Lady Luck is
I think we went witch last time, too.
Witch is my favorite because she's sort of my safest character. Yeah, so Lady Luck is not going to let us out. And so we are going to do something different here. So instead of gathering new items of equipment, and instead of like leveling up and like gaining more HP and different things, we're actually just going to add people to our party. Now, there are specific characters we're looking for. In fact, there's 8 specific characters we're looking for. And Curry, while I'm doing this fight, do you want to explain why I'm looking for certain characters?
Absolutely. We are looking for specific characters in order to make the boss fight, the boss fight at the very end of this run, a little bit easier. Specific characters have specific attributes to them, or judgeable characteristics, I believe is the official term. If we properly match the character's characteristics to the final boss's attacks, we reduce our damage taken to 1. And that takes place during, I believe, phases 2 and 3 of her attacks. So we're looking for specific characters, including the Dryad.
I will explain that a little further. I'm actually going to take this fight just for the bonus health.
Sure.
So, Lady Luck is a classic boss fight. 3 phases to it. And so phase 1 of Lady Luck involves... sorry, had to do math. Involves attacks called judgments. As Curry said, every character has judgeable characteristics. However, every turn she's going to add a judgment attack. And so we need a character that has 3 judgeable characteristics. Those are not very common. There's in fact only 8 of them in the game. There's lots that have 2, very few that have 3. So we are intentionally looking for a couple of them. In fact, Cactus is right here, so we're gonna have 2 of them in our party. And we do this because, as Curry did mention, if a Lady Luck does a judgment and it's against a character that doesn't meet that judgeable characteristic, you take 18 damage. If it has the judgeable characteristic, it only takes 1 per attack. So that is a huge damage reduction. We like that quite a bit. And so, yeah, we are going to intentionally look for those. I won't need to go out of my way to get them, but sometimes I will take some extra fights in backstage for safety. Because backstage sometimes has a slight mind of its own. And we're gonna come here and instead of upgrading an item, I picked up a die. I mashed so fast that you did. King! Sorry.
It's the wrecking.
Oh, this run is indeed blessed. Okay. Sorry, I mashed through that so fast you didn't see me pick up another die. I do promise I did pick one up. You just didn't see it because I was too fast. Anyways, hi, Rat King. How we doing, friendo? Rat King is one of the 8 possible characters. Rat King is slow to fight, but because he stacks so much poison, he's so powerful against Lady Luck. This is like the best RNG. I don't have to technically fight him to get through the dungeon. I am taking this fight because we want Rat King in our party. With that, like, there is no ands or ifs or buts about it. We want Rat King. Here, I guess? Yeah. I have to figure out who I want to attack with. Okay, he's not getting amazing rolls, but he's also not getting terrible rolls. Although his AI is a little bit dumb, so it will do something like that, where it puts the 6 in the one that already was reduced. So it does help us out a little bit. We are going to pop that just to see how much damage we can do. I don't trust that, so we're going to come over here and we're going to put some thorns on. Not that thorns do anything against Rat King, but thorns do more damage to my attack. They add damage. All right, and here again, we're going to see Rat King's AI is not the smartest. That one could have been put over there. It won't do that. It literally goes in order. Okay, as I said, this is a slower fight, but we don't mind that. I don't want thorns here, actually. I'm going to switch to someone else. Dryad, you have an attack. There we go. Oh, so Dryad, when you fight her, is strong against poison. She loses that ability once she joins our party, unfortunately. We're also going to say 07s to Dryad here in a minute, because that poison's going to take her out.
Oh, yeah.
Oof. Or maybe not, actually. That's not enough to kill, amazingly. Somehow.
All right, we'll take it.
Cool. We'll keep her alive, thank you. Also, we're just going to go over here and go whoop. Whoop, and there's Rat King. I'm going to heal quickly. I don't care about Dryad anymore. Dryad is now cannon fodder, as I refer to them. It's very important to have enough members in your party that can just tank damage. We're going over to Rat King, actually. King has enough HP to handle this. Do that. What are we going to get? We're going to sort of put that there. And okay, not amazing. We're going to let Rat King take a little bit of damage here. There is health there for me. But Rat King just kills everything so fast that it's worth switching over to him whenever you can. Eesh.
Because unlike AI Rat King, we can play Rat King's dice or equipment smarter.
Yeah. Much, much smarter. We are going to go to Cactus here. And we'll make Cactus a sacrificial character. All right, 07's Cactus. I'm gonna put that there. And then here, we're not rolling super great. We're gonna switch fighters over to the Witch, because the Witch will do more damage here if I roll well. I did not roll super well, but we will take a shock. Okay, 8 damage, that's fine. Yeah, we're fine. We just need to get him low enough. And turn. There's poison. All right, we are going to heal. Rat King's actually fine at that much HP. I'm going to heal the Witch. We are going to stop over here, though, and pick up another die, which you saw that time. I was a little slower on my mashing. Now we have 4 dice. That makes us easier.
Yeah, a big thing to know about this episode is that, like, party members that lose all their health will be knocked out for the rest of the episode, but if your main dice, in this case the Witch, is knocked out, the game ends. So healing Witch makes a lot of sense there, and otherwise the one we want to keep alive, obviously, is Rat King.
Yeah. We're going to weaken him, and since we have so many 6s, the max damage you can do is 12. We're going to Rat King.
Holy baloney. I've never said that in my life, and I probably never will again, but Jesus Christ.
No.
I usually say holy
Back to the
buckets. I don't know
title.
where baloney came from.
Okay. We caught that just in time. Rat King almost died. Let's go.
All right.
I got a little cocky on that fight. Oopsie. I'm going to try this again. So we're actually going to go to a different character. First, we're going to go here. This one's going to hurt him significantly more. There we go. There we go. That was the weakened RNG I needed last time. Game, why? Sigh. We are taking this extra fight of the cowboy here, which is not needed, but we're taking it specifically because we want to just have another high damage dealer. Cowboy does a silly amount of damage. So also 07's Dryad. Again, we don't need Dryad anymore, so. All right, we're gonna go here. There we go, Cowboy's in. All right, we're gonna go here, and Rat King's getting a heal. We're not gonna heal anyone else until after Audrey, so we know exactly who needs to heal before we go into the Lady Luck fight. We're gonna do this, and okay, math-wise, it's fine. Do I have a Cowboy actually here? No, we're gonna Rat King. We have the Rat King. We need to Rat King. That's kind of the rule. That and yeah, we'll proc it because she'll hit us anyways and do damage.
Incidentally, in this episode, the first limit break that you get, which is against all odds, the first time you charge it, it always charges an 8 HP. But now that we've used it quite some time ago, it does take 16 damage to fully recharge.
Yeah.
But what it does is it basically lets us roll 4 random even numbered dice, which is great with Witch because you get, to proc 2 magic missiles for 5 damage each.
Yeah.
No matter what you roll. You can roll 4 2s and it doesn't matter. But you can also get a bunch of 6s, which is great for Rat King.
That's a terrible set of rules. Okay, game. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Jesus.
Well then.
I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth, apparently.
We're gonna do this, which is just enough to roll 2 6s, and we're gonna do this. Hi, welcome to Cowboy, being very strong. Okay, I'm gonna have to start thinking about who I'm gonna heal, because we took a little more damage on this turn than expected. We have 2 more healing options. Roll 1 6. Yeah, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna switch fighter to someone I don't care if I lose. Baby Squid. You're very cute, and I love you, and your storyline is wonderful, but if you die, it's also okay. We're just gonna end the turn, because that's enough poison. Boom, there's Audrey.
Nice.
Excellent.
Okay.
And we got to keep our flesh shield.
Yes, we did, indeed. We are going to... We're going to heal Cowboy and Rat King. And now it's time for Lady Luck. So, I hope you are ready. We have a dramatic cutscene. The witch is going to say, you're like, let us go. This is going to make you unpopular. And Lady Luck goes, I don't need popularity. I have power. And indeed she does. So we're going to get to see those judgments. I'm going to quickly check animals. Oh, hey, the game's being really nice to us. We're going to pop one of those just for safety. And hey, Rat King, you get to start early this time because she actually is giving us a really nice rule. Rat King is, of course, an animal. That's one of his judgeable characteristics, which means we can go here safely and take 1 damage. All right, now who are you going to have this time? We're probably going to have to swap characters here. Let's see. Green things and bosses. Okay, so that's referring specifically to Audrey. Oh, and the game does know what characters you have in your party, and it bases it off of that, so you will never get a judgment that you cannot. Okay, green things and bosses. Hi, Audrey. Audrey's not a bad shot here because we've got weakened, which means Audrey will still take 1 damage each. Okay, and then it should go to Rat King again for the final one, because I'm pretty certain Rat King's the only character we have in the party. Yeah, okay. Do I want to do anything here? No, we're going to go straight to Rat King. We're just triple checking that. Yeah, hat wearers, animals, poison. I almost clicked Cowboy. That would have been very bad news and very sad. Okay, game's not being super nice on those rolls, but that's okay. We'll have against all odds on our next turn. Okay, so after she does 3 rounds of judgment, then she does an attack called Issue Commandments. And so that's going to trigger the start of the next phase, where she's going to issue these new commandments. That's essentially like an extra set of rules we have to follow. They're very intense. There is some degree of logic to them. They're not perfectly understandable though. Do I want to swap? I have that. Let's see what I rolled. Yeah, we are actually going to switch and we're going over to Cowboy because I can put more damage into her. Normally I like to stay on Rat King there, but we are actually going to move over here just to put more damage because we need to reach 80 HP or lower on Lady Luck in order to end phase 2. The faster we end phase 2, the better it is for us. So anyways, now we get more rules. What's our first commandment? Don't switch fighters. That is the reason we came over here. She's going to do... Okay, we're going to take 12 damage on Cowboy. Ow. But that poison's ticking down. Cowboy's doing a lot of damage into her. We like this. Okay, she's going to dodge the next attack. That sucks. Don't reduce any countdowns. Oh, we hate that.
Speaking of, yeah.
Okay, use 10 health. She's going to do that much damage. Hi, you get to be our little sacrificial creature. This is why we like to have a little bit of, as I call them, cannon fodder in our party, because it makes it safer. Also, when they get knocked out, I can then pick who I start with. Don't switch fighters. Oh boy. I don't want a Rat King yet. We're gonna go Rhino Beetle because I can sacrifice Rhino Beetle and I'll be fine. I'm gonna proc against all odds because we'll take enough damage to kill Rhino Beetle. Okay, she's below 80 health now. So she's gonna do this attack, and then this is gonna move her into her next attack after this, which is going to reduce the character that we're on to below or to 1 HP. That's fine. And then it's going to move her into the next phase. It's going to remove her commandments. It's actually a very solid phase. Don't switch fighters. We're just going to sit here. Rat King's going to take some damage. That's okay. Yeah, so she Divine Rods, and then she's going to talk again. It's going to amp up. It's going to get even more intense. That's okay, because we are sitting very nice with the options we have. Heads up for tech. Time is going to come very fast. I will give you as much notice as I can. This. Okay, we're going to switch fighters, and we're going to go over to Audrey here, because I can reduce the amount of damage we're going to take, also do a lot of damage. Okay, time is going to be very, very, very fast.
GG.
Oh, that is Lady Luck defeated. Sorry, flashing lights here when she is defeated. And then we discover, actually, that was her entire plan. She always intended for us to come and defeat her. And that is how we won the game show. We learned about the power of friendship and working together. Because most of the characters come in pretty self-absorbed and stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, that's full game any percent glitched.
Are you curious what that time came out to?
I just saw it. I am very happy. That is a very solid marathon time. So, yay! That's much better than last time.
Oh, absolutely. That went extremely well.
We will take that. Yeah, there's a whole extended cutscene here, which I will click through so we can see and hear the credits. Lot of lore that's in this final cutscene. But yeah, I guess, Curry, do you have any shoutouts while I prepare mentally after that sudden ending?
Yeah, none in particular, but shoutouts to the game devs and everyone who worked on this game. I didn't know this game before Cell introduced it to me, but it's a very cool roguelike, and I'm really appreciating it. Just watching all this happen. So shoutouts to them.
Yeah, it is a phenomenal game. So anyways, some shoutouts while we head over into the actual credits. I want to shout out, first of all, the Dicey speedrunning community, in particular Fruity Pie, who's the world record holder for this category, has done a lot of just giving advice to myself and some of the other runners of this category in the Discord, and as well to the mods, especially Jackia and Edix7. Both of them as well have given so much advice and just wisdom and knowledge to help make this run as stable as it is now. And of course, shout outs to Tara Kavanaugh, the dev, and Marlo Dobie, the artist. Appreciate both of you. Greatly appreciate the conversations I've gotten to have with you. Thank you, Curry, for learning this run and coming and helping. That solo commentating this game is a lot, so I really appreciate you joining and
absolutely
learning the game. Amber, thank you so much for having me back and giving me a chance to get some redemption here, because I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, there's always going to be, like, with roguelikes, randomizers, RNG heavy runs in general, you're always going to get that one really stinky run that just like does worse than anything else. Like, you can have 100 successful showcase runs, and then there's that one that just kind of rolls up and is like surprise and just like ruins everything. But that one bad showcase should never really be what determines how worthwhile of a showcase this game or like games like it can be. Especially but it's really good to see the community just kind of come together and be like, all right, that went really poorly. How do we fix that?
Yeah.
And without things like that, without like the mistakes that happen, and not even the mistakes, just without the like really bad runs that happen because of, things out of our control with RNG heavy games, like without things like that happening, a community may never actually come together to try to find consistency in a genre that is deliberately inconsistent.
And in a roguelike that has no ability to seed it because the RNG is genuinely random. That is from the dev's notes. He coded it as genuinely random. So we couldn't seed this even if we wanted to, no matter what we would try. If you want to find more of me, you can find me on Twitch at Selcouthmind. You'll also see me around various marathons, often running this. I also run a charity event called Preventathon. Game submissions are currently open. Those are going to close Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. So if you have runs and you want to submit to events, you can find the link over to that over on Angus. We'd love to have you submit. Would love to see you there. But yeah, thank you, Amber, so much for having me once again.
And thank you so much for being willing to offer this run again and, to reach out to me and be like, hey, we fixed the run. Can I be back on? It's like, absolutely. But no, it's been a pleasure having both you and Curry here. And thank you all, and all of you in chat. If you are a speedrunner yourself, especially if you've run on my show or any other Hotfix show before, go submit to Preventathon. They're fantastic folks. And Cell is a great head organizer. And once again, thank you all for being here tonight. And please look after yourselves and your loved ones. Drink some water, stretch your legs, eat a snack, take your medicine or vitamins if you need to. And remember that you are valid, you deserve the best, and the world is a better place with you in it. If you missed out on As Seen on TV's finale or Passion Project, please stay tuned as we replay both shows after this, and tune in this weekend starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern for a Castlevania special, which is a weekend full of fantastic Castlevania speedruns. I myself do 2 events like PAX happening August 29th and such. Various events are pushing my show in September to September 19th. That is when you're going to see me, Friday, September 19th. Once again, starting around 10 p.m. Eastern, as always, here on the GDQ Twitch channel. We're going to have Twilight Princess, any percent, run by the guy downstairs, and they just found a brand new strat that went from TAS only to RTA viable in a matter of days. And we've got a month between now and the 19th, so I'm very eager to see what the Twilight Princess community ends up cooking up for that. So that's going to be it for me. I will see you all next month on September 19th. I hope you all have a wonderful night and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye.